Eric Riders and Coach Adam Smith here at Lucer Stadium, where the Madison East Purg holders and the Madison La Follette Lancers are going to square off here in a Week 8 matchup. Coming in at 5-2, the Lancers have already secured a playoff spot. Madison East actually just 1-6, but they got their first win since September of 2011, getting that monkey off their back of the 27-game losing streak, which was the longest active losing streak in the state. But they get that monkey off their back, and it's not like they haven't been losing close games. They haven't been getting blown out. Absolutely not. When we talked to Coach Rado, they lost their 5 games by a total of 19 points. I think they were in every single game except for the Middleton game. And I tell you what, having coached at East and knowing the issues that they've had over the years, Coach Rado and his staff has done a fabulous job in getting these guys to believe, because they've always had athletes. Athletes has never been an issue. It's just been keeping people on the field and having them believe that they could actually, when they stepped on the field, had a chance to win the game. And this year, they have done a fantastic job with that belief system, Coach Rado and his staff, and they think they can play with anybody. Well, and Zach Zilm, the quarterback for East, leading the conference in passing yards, throwing touchdowns, basically every statistical category, and that's led to their high-scoring offense, setting that state record of 787 yards last week in their first win. So it's not like they don't have something to play for, despite being where they are and eliminated from playoff contention. But La Follette, they still got to get back on track here after that loss to Verona last week. Yeah, absolutely. And the Lancers have done a great job under first-year coach Scott Swenson, and it's really important that they do get back on track, so that going into the playoffs, they have some momentum going. And as far as East, this is a rivalry game, and they would love nothing more than to, here at home, this is both their home fields, to just ruin it for Madison, Madison La Follette, and to get another win and keep building towards next year, because they got a lot of good things going. And it's the Lucer Cup for them, and it's the East Side Bowl for us. We're gonna have quite a battle here, despite the records, the discrepancy there. But it could be bottle up the running back of Khalil Kopis, who's actually missed Week 5 with a leg injury, so that could be something to look for as well. And going into the postseason, he'll want to be healthy. Well, I think one of the issues, or one of the concerns that La Follette has, is can they get that running game going again? Because that's what La Follette wants to do. And then secondly, can they stop Madison East passing attack? Yeah, and we will have kickoff here shortly, but first we'll speak with the head coaches, and then we'll have the kickoff of the East Side Bowl on CW57 Sports.
Monday, October 13th. See why critics are calling Jane the Virgin miraculous.
You're pregnant.
But I've never had sex.
Gina Rodriguez is flat out amazing and the breakout star of the fall season.
Will you?
Michael, I'm pregnant.
Jane the Virgin. Series premiere Monday, October 13th on the CW.
Bourbon Street Grill, celebrating Mardi Gras all year long. Come for our Cajun Angels. Jumbo Gulf shrimp wrapped in bacon, seared with Cajun seasoning and Cajun aioli, just $9. Stay for our New Orleans chicken breast, stuffed with andouille sausage and Munster cheese, wrapped in bacon, breaded, drizzled with Alfredo sauce, and topped with Parmesan cheese. Casual dining, senior specials, banquet rooms, game room, and full-service bar. Mention you saw us on TV and get $10 off your purchase of $30 or more. Bourbon Street Grill, your riverside restaurant with a New Orleans flair.
VA International provides high-end automation systems. For us, there's no replacement for experience. ITT Tech's hands-on approach allows students to start in the classroom and build the experience we need.
Visitrack develops and licenses new control technologies. It's a challenge to find talent with strong work ethic and enthusiasm for growth. The capabilities of many ITT Tech graduates makes them a great resource.
Mediacom is a technology-based cable and communications company. We have been working with ITT Tech for years, recruiting their graduates for our IT positions. I have found them to be amazingly up to date with their knowledge of technology.
Make a choice that can make a difference. Financial aid is available for students who qualify. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web. ITT Technical Institute. Education for the future.
Pegasus Games has been Madison's official gaming store for over 30 years. At Pegasus, we specialize in games you play face-to-face with real people. For hardcore role players and weekend generals, we have the area's widest selection of card games, board games, RPGs, and miniatures. Everything from Pokemon, Magic, and D&D to chess, cribbage, and backgammon. Check our website's daily game schedule to see how you can connect with other local gamers. Pegasus, for games you never outgrow.
We got celebs from A to Z, Tiger Woods to Charlie Sheen. If it happened here, it happened on TXA.
Eric Rodgers, Coach Adam Smith here at Lucer Stadium for the East Side Bowl between the Pergolders and the Lancers. We got Madison East head coach Steve Arado here. You got your first win last week, and you know, yardage has not been the problem this year. Kind of talk about last week's win and what that means for you moving forward.
Well, it was a big win for us. You know, having won a game in 3 years was tough for our kids. It was a big sense of relief. Moving the football was fun last week. Didn't really know we had the record until Friday afternoon, but for our kids just to win and celebrate with their student body was something special.
Coach, Madison East has always had athletes. What have you and your staff done this in the preseason and leading up to the start of the season, get them to believe and actually think they can win when they get on the field?
Well, they've been weight training since last November, so the confidence level is high. I think they know how to work hard. So we've kind of put that into our system in the first 3 years here. Weight training is important because it makes you a better athlete, makes you stronger. They know they can compete. It's about finishing games and not making mistakes. That's what's killing us right now.
Khalil Kopis, running back for La Follette, is going to be one of those guys who are going to want to be stopping here tonight. What can we expect out of him, and what do you need to do?
Well, he's a good downhill back. We got a gang tackle. I mean, he's physical. If you get him with the arm tackle, you're in trouble. It just can't be one guy. It's got to be a collective group. We worked all week long with gang tackle and getting guys to the football.
Coach, we were just talking about wanting to go fast, and how have you changed your practice plans and to try to simulate that tempo and get it going out here on the field?
Well, we only go for 90 minutes. We don't go for the traditional 2.5 hours. We go 90 minutes, and it's just fast. We just ask our kids to run faster, play faster. We go snap to snap pretty quick. We spot it quick. We snap it quick, and we just demand our kids to run faster, and they do. They've worked hard since day one doing it. So our practice structure has changed where they just run a little faster.
All right, we will speak with head coach Scott Swanson next, and then we'll have kickoff of the East Side Bowl on CW57 Sports. And we're here now with head coach of Madison La Follette, Scott Swanson. Scott, I guess first of all, you're going to be 5-2 here. You got the playoffs kind of under your belt, but you had Josh Phillips, your starting a linebacker from last year, out with an ACL. How have you been able to make it to the point you're at without his being on the field?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, losing Josh this summer was tough on our team, but like everybody says, kind of next man up. And our defense coaches have done a great job getting our younger guys going, and they've had a very successful year so far.
Coach, what are a couple of things that Madison East does well that you're going to have to stop or contain in order to have some success tonight?
Yeah, for sure. They're very dynamic offensively. Great quarterback, great running back, and a bunch of great receivers. So we're going to have to contain them and control the ball on offense on our part.
And coming off the streak that they were on, and now East is kind of maybe getting on track as far as they've got the yardage and all that kind of stuff. So, do you think they're going to be a different team tonight coming off of last week's win?
Oh yeah, no, I expect a great game out of them. They've been in so many games this year and just lost close ones. And once you get the taste of winning, it kind of builds. So we want to stop that tonight, obviously. But I'm happy for their program, and they're getting back on track.
Coach, have you talked with your guys this week about the importance of the Lucer Cup and trying to keep it at home?
Yeah, we talk about the Lucer Cup day one, and that is our #1 goal is to keep that here at La Follette. And when East and La Follette play, it's always a great game. Always crazy things always happen, and we're excited for tonight.
And we've heard from the coaches. Now we'll see how things kind of play out on the field in the East Side Bowl between the Madison East Pergolders and the Madison La Follette Lancers on CW57 Sports.
Hi, I'm Justin Riley, your host for Community Connections, sponsored by TDS. This month we are connecting with Ronald McDonald House Charities of Madison, and I'm sitting here with the Executive Director, Kevin Huddleston. Kevin, welcome to the program.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks for asking.
So tell us what the mission of Ronald McDonald House Charities of Madison is.
Well, in general, the mission is to create and support programs that help improve the lives and well-being of children and their families. So essentially, we are extremely family-centered. Everything we do is about the family.
Good, excellent. And what kind of impact does the charity have?
Well, it's interesting because not only do we have an impact of people in the immediate area, but also regionally and even worldwide. We've had, for instance, staying in the house, we've had families from every state in the United States, every county in Wisconsin, by the way, every state, including Alaska and Hawaii, and 17 countries from around the world, because we have this world-class, these medical services here in Madison. The people come from all around the world, especially with special needs that kids have that they can't find those services anywhere else.
Excellent. And how are these programs funded?
Well, that's a good question. A lot of people, the first question they ask us is, well, how much money does McDonald's give you, and why should we give you a donation if McDonald's provides all this money for you? Well, I will say our McDonald's owner-operators in our region who support us are very generous. We probably get about a little over 30% of our revenue for our budget from the McDonald's owner-operators in their stores, which means we still have to raise 60% of that ourselves. So most of the donations do come from individual donors, some events throughout the year, some businesses, companies and such, but mostly through individual donors.
Kevin, I want to thank you so much for being on the program today.
My pleasure.
To find out more, go to www.rmhcmadison.org. Thanks for watching Community Connections, sponsored by TDS.
We are now being told to evacuate the facility.
Barry! What the hell happened to him? He was hit by lightning. I'm okay.
Why must you die, Barry?
Inside your body could be the map to a whole new world. My name is Barry Allen. And I am the fastest man alive.
Hey, welcome into Lucier Stadium, just off Stoughton Road, for the A-1 Furniture East Side Bowl between the La Follette Lancers and the East Pergolders. I'm Eric Rogers for CW57 Sports, but you may also know me from Madison Sports Talk Station 106.7 FM, 1670 AM, The Zone. Alongside me this week and every week, former head coach of the Madison Mustangs and 2011 Ironman football Hall of Famer Adam Smith. The Pergolders have a 1-6 record after finally getting their first win of the season last week. And the La Follette comes in at 5-2. They've clinched a playoff berth. The Pergolders have been eliminated from playoff contention, but there's still lots to play for here, Adam. Lucier Cup.
Absolutely. This is a big game for both teams. Madison Follette didn't get back on track. Madison East looking to keep things rolling. And they got a big cup to play for, and it's very important for both these programs that they attain that goal. It's one of the goals coming into the year. It's a big incentive for them, and should be a great game.
It looks like we'll have the national anthem here in just a moment, so we'll pause while they have the national anthem.
Our pep band, under the direction of Mark Syro, will be performing tonight's national anthem.
It's the Lucier Cup for these two teams, but it's also the East Side Bowl presented by A-1 Furniture for CW57 Sports. It should be a good one here. You got a top scoring offense in the conference from the East Pergolders. Unfortunately for them, that offense hasn't really led to so much success, a 1-6 record, but they've also had a lot of close games this year, as we talked with the coaches before the game, saying it was, what did you say, 19 points?
I believe it was 19 points over their 5 losses. And
yeah, so,
you know, they've been in every single game except for the Middleton game, losing, you know, point here to Memorial at the beginning of the season, a couple points there. It's just they've been in a lot of good games, and they're starting to, you know, get over the hump. They got this win this past week, and I think they got that taste in their mouth, as Coach Arado said, and they want to keep it going.
And seeing as how it is the East Side Bowl, we want to thank A1 Furniture and Bedding, Mr. Paul Canarella, all the good people over there, for supporting us this season as the official Bowl Series sponsor. Over 30 years of providing the best prices and best service. Also, obviously, the Green Bay Packers, proud supporters of Wisconsin high school football. For more information on the Packers' involvement in youth and high school football, please visit packers.com/youthfootball. Another thing we didn't touch on here, Adam, is the Lancers have a female kicker, Hannah Hilgendorf. Actually, she is a senior this year, but it's her second year with the team, and the third year in a row they've had a female kicker, and they said, you know, no problems locker room wise.
Yeah, she's you know, been with the program, like you said, for 2 years. I had the opportunity to coach 3 young ladies in the time when I was coaching. 2 of them were kickers, and it looks like, you know, they got big enough shoulder pads on her. They look like she could be playing linebacker, but saw her in pregame, and she looked like she can kick the ball pretty well.
And as we have the kickoff here, Follette will take it past midfield here. Great field position starting for the Lancers. Dragged out of bounds just across midfield. While holes opening up there and right away for the Lancers.
They did a great job timing up those blocks and getting the ball just as blocks were made and a seam opened up. And number 26 there did a great job of finding the seam. 23. Love how he's carrying the ball high and tight. You can tell that's a well-coached kid right there. Ball's in the outside hand. Yeah. Excellent return. Great way to set up the first series of the game.
Yeah, Elias Soba, running back and defensive back. So here they come in the I formation, led by Jordan Carlson. And they hand it off to the deep back, Khalil Kopis, who takes a couple men for a ride and picks up about 9.5 yards on the first down and the first carry of the game.
Again, just a simple lead play. We've seen it a lot this year, a lot of I teams. It seems it's a favorite of a lot of teams here in the state of Wisconsin. And Follette basically said, we're going to line up. This is how we're going to line up, and we're going to come straight downhill and stop us if you can.
And they'll do the same formation here. 25 carries for Kopis last week. He'll take carry number 2 off to the left side, and he'll sneak past a couple defenders and take it down to about the 30-yard line. It's another good run and a Green Bay Packer first down.
That was a good pull block by Bradley Sandiford Hoaxie, sophomore guard there on that power play. Did a good job of hooking the end, and Kopis was able to get around the edge and get that first down.
Yeah, quarterback Jordan Carlson didn't have a whole lot of success throwing last week. Just 9 for 20 for 83 yards, but also did some damage on the ground running. He'll be under center and hands off to Kopis once again. This time corralled for minimal yardage. All-conference honorable mention for Jordan Carlson, the quarterback. Kopis actually a first-team all-conference member last year. He comes back here for his senior year. I was just reading earlier this week that he put on about 15 pounds in the offseason. Missed week 5 with a leg injury, but here he is, and he's back in action. A little different look now, just Kopis the deep pack. They go handoff again to Kopis. And once again, just dragging defenders down, and he'll move the chains for another Green Bay Packer first down.
That formation was a lot like what we saw last week against Stoughton. That moved that fullback right up behind the guard and the tackle, right behind them, and this a deep handoff. lead. It's just bringing that fullback right into the mix versus having him in the backfield. And that 2 plays ago, I noticed the outside linebacker for East, Mario Kelly Lemon, coming hard down the line of scrimmage. Here he comes again.
And Cope power through another couple per Golder defenders, and he'll take it inside the 10-yard line. That'll be just short of the first down.
Yeah, we talked about backside responsibility, and I would all the time when I was coaching is CBR. You're looking for cutback boot reverse, and that technique. You can't come flat down the line of scrimmage like that. He's got to trust that the defense is going to take.
Ball is marked at the 8. First and goal.
And you can expect some type of counter action to come back, possibly a boot or reverse. Again, counter action. He cannot lose contain in that situation.
So it's going to be first and goal. They do say from the 6-yard line for La Follette. The Lancers go to Copus once again. He'll be taking off the left side off the tackle, and he'll take it inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line.
Another power play. They ran that play about 4 plays ago for good yardage, and Madison East did a great job of defending that and keeping Copus out of the end zone.
Well, and here we go again. 2nd down and goal. And off the right side this time, Copus is in for the score, and La Follette strikes first.
Another power play, power to the right. That time it was 55. Ben Trabian leading the way, kicking that end out. Copus walks into the end zone.
And that'll put the Lancers up 6-0 with the extra point pending, coming from Hannah Hilgendorf. 6 for 8 last week, and actually, no, excuse me, she was 1 for 2 last week. 3rd year in a row of female kickers, and here is the kick. Nearly blocked, but it goes up and in. Nice job, and plus she was hit afterwards, so the penalty should add yardage onto this kickoff. We'll wait to see the announcement from the official.
Yeah, roughing the kicker, Eric.
So it is roughing the kicker is the call. We'll have the penalty enforced after the kickoff. We'll take a break. We'll be right back on CW57 Sports.
It's the great tent event at A-1 Furniture. Sofas $299, 5-piece living room sets $699, bedroom sets $499, and so much more. Plus, 1 year free financing. A-1 Furniture's great tent event going on now.
Wayne Kimmel and family of Cousin Subs are proud supporters of the La Follette Lancers. Brought to you by Cousin Subs on Monona Drive. Cousin Subs, better bread, better sub, better day. Go Lancers!
It's the great tent event at A-1 Furniture. Twin mattresses $99, queen sets $199, memory foam queen sets $499, and so much more. Plus, 1 year free financing. A-1 Furniture's great tent event going on now.
Back here at Lucier Stadium, where the La Follette Lancers lead the East Pergolders 7-0. The roughing the kicker call moves it up to the 45-yard line of the Pergolders, where La Follette will be kicking off. Do we expect any trickery here, Adam?
You know I would. I'd onside kick this in a second, especially with only 4 on the front line. Looks like they're going to kick it deep.
And they'll just kick it outside end zone. So will be a touchback, and the 20-yard line is where the Pergolders offense will begin, led by Zach Zilm, all-conference honorable mention last year.
He's going to be all-conference this year.
Oh, yeah, well, putting up record numbers last week. 21 of 27 passing, 460 yards, and 6 touchdowns. So they got Jamari Manuel in the backfield. And they do go to him, and he's dancing around back there. Doesn't get much, but good effort. Taken down about the line of scrimmage. I think they'll call it a gain of 1.
A little zone play that he tried to bounce, and inside zone you don't want to bounce. So you got to bang that up in there.
So now on 2nd and 9, Zilm will be throwing off to the near sideline. He hits Dale Teagham, the near sideline. Last week, 10 receptions, 207 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So keep your eye on number 22. The reception is made The 3rd and 2 for the Pergolders. And this wasn't in the scouting report, Adam. Zilma, left-hander, so that'll make things a little, maybe a different look.
He's going to want to roll left, more comfortable movement to this left, whereas most, right-handed quarterbacks, they like to roll right. It only makes sense. A lot of play callers also right-handed. They like to roll things to the right, and this is definitely something that La Follette would have to plan for. There's no way they're able to plan for their tempo either.
So it will be a Green Bay Packer first down. The option play Zilm will keep. He'll pick up a couple yards.
Number 10.
And Zilm putting up all sorts of yardage. But as I've heard that receivers, it spins obviously differently, the ball coming to you. So I don't know if that throws you off, but
I'm sure the receivers are used to it by now and have been all year. A little bit at first, but you get used to it pretty quick.
Well, they throw it off to the right side, hitting dang. But the receiver screen didn't get set up properly, didn't look like.
Well, I didn't think they rode the running back as long as they wanted to really sell that block, sell that run play, get the defense flowing to the left so they can throw to the right.
7:22 left in the opening quarter, down 7-0. Rolling right this time, Zilm now has to just take it. And I think technically that sack. And the sack will bring up 10.
Only Madison East is when they get to the sideline, they're going to be talking to their offensive line. If they're going to have any chance of being in this game, they're going to have to protect Zillman.
Under 7 minutes now, getting through the line, nearly blocking the punt. Great sky on that punt. And there's going to be a hit on the fair catch, driving him into the turf. And now they'll scuffle a little bit, getting separated. So not a very heads-up play by East. The coverage man didn't see that. Well, I think he did see that the receiver, the return man did call for the fair catch.
Coach Rado pointed that out during pregame as making, stupid mistakes. And there's a couple of times East has made some dumb mistakes, and that's one of them. And that's going to be another 15-yard penalty. And it's going to set La Follette up near midfield again. Again, start at your own 20, 1-30. Start at your own 50, it's 1-8. They've already scored once.
Yeah, and
they're just
at,
giving
at
them
the
chances.
will of Khalil Kopis.
And I guarantee you, La Follette's going to keep running this ball until East stops it.
This game brought to you by Cousin Subs. Wayne Kimmel and family of Cousin Subs, proud supporters of the La Follette High School Lancers. Visit Cousin Subs on Monona Drive. Better bread, better subs, better day. And here comes the first carry of the second possession in this first quarter. 6:40 to play in the opening quarter. Kopis again finding room off side. Lead blocker. Move the chains for a Green Bay Packer first down.
Just a simple lead play, double down. And what I've noticed with a lot of La Follette on their blocks and getting the ball past the blocks in perfect timing, and it's been really good, be able to get good yardage for them.
And here we go on the 1st and 10 from the 34-yard. He tried to keep it. He couldn't do anything with it. So it's 2nd and 12 on the loss. Still up 7-0 though. Already had a touchdown run to his name. Here's the 2nd and 12. They hand off to the left side. Not much there. So the defense of the Pergolders seems to maybe be getting into the backfield a little bit and causing some disruption. And now they'll take out fullback Adam Accurate for this 3rd and 10.
Little spread look here. 2-by-2 with the tight end.
False start against the offense will drive them back 4 yards, making it a 3rd and 15. Taking under 5 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Pergolders trail 7-0 to the Lancers here in the East Side Bowl. There they go with the spread look. They'll throw it left side off the hands of the intended receiver. And that'll be a punting situation, 4th and 15 for La Follette.
That's just simple go out combination. Late. Ball technically could have been picked off very easily. Back for 6. Throwing off your back foot out to the flat late, you never want to do. You got to anticipate that throw.
And La Follette will come out on 4th and 15 in a running formation. There's a play action. Receiver down the field and into the middle of the field, and he'll take it for a first down. It's Hayden Mickelson, the tight end. Officially Tanner. So Tanner Heggie picking up the first down in the right place, the right time, gets past the sticks.
Madison Follette kept Madison East there. They were able to protect it. And Carlson was able to step up into the pocket and find a wide open Heggie.
And now they go back to Kopis on first down. This game brought to you by Maple Bluff Antique Mall, proud supporter of high school athletics. If you look for a fun, eclectic antique shopping experience, you can look no further than Maple Bluff. Now in its new location on South Stoughton Road, it is your place for great antiques. Also, CW57's Talk of the Town, presenting fresh, lively discussions with Wisconsin's icons, leaders, movers, and shakers in a talk show format, providing one-on-one analysis of current issues. It's 2nd and 5 for the Lancers. Ball on the 10-yard line. And they go deep back again, but swallowed up right as he basically got the handoff, and getting in there was big number 79, it looked like. It was Ron Kane, the senior defensive lineman.
And then you can see how they're setting things up with that, pulling that jet sweep out in the play action pass off the lead play on 4th and 15. As a defense, you should never have receivers open on 4th and 15.
And there is Khalil Kopis getting into the end zone for touchdown number 2 on the day. And what a gamble on 4th and 15, just electing not to punt. Picks up the first down, and it leads to another La Follette touchdown.
Well, that's also just comes with football IQ a little bit. You know, it's 4th and 15. They line up in a run formation. You have 3 eligible receivers, really, that you have to be aware of. You have the other 8 guys. You're not respecting that run play. They want them to run the ball on 4th and 15 in that situation. We rally to the ball. We're going to make the tackle. Short of the first down, it's going to be our ball.
And Hilgendorf's extra point is blocked. And so we'll take a quick commercial break, and we will be back. Now there's a flag on the play, so actually hold on. Looks like maybe someone might have come across the line early on the Pergolders. So inch them a little bit closer to the goal line there for this extra try.
Half the distance to the goal.
East Pergolders defense only has 6 seniors on it, including and starting one sophomore. They're fairly young on the defensive side of the ball, and I think they've shown that this year. They're definitely showing it tonight with the mistake-prone.
So the extra point try on again is Hilgendorf. 1 for 2 last week. So far 1 for 1. And that extra point is up and good. So it is 14-0 Lancers in the Eastside Bowl. We'll take a break and we'll be right back.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Maple Bluff Antique Mall is a proud supporter of high school athletics. Looking for a fun, eclectic antique shopping experience? Look no further than Maple Bluff Antique Mall, now in its new location on South Stoughton Road. Maple Bluff Antique Mall, your place for great antiques.
And back here at Lucer Stadium, it's 14-0 Lancers, 2:43 to play in the opening quarter. This game is brought to you by CW57's Restaurant Show, Wisconsin's official television guide to the best restaurants around. Life's too short to eat average, so skip the rest and enjoy the best. We'll tell you where to go right here on the Restaurant Show. And the kickoff here shortly as the Pergolders trail 14-0. But they'll have another chance on offense here. Squib kick up the middle, taken at about the 15-yard line by Madison East and wrapped up past the 25, call it the 28-yard line, where they will begin. A good start for the Pergolders. This game, the Eastside Bowl, also presented by Girl Talk. It's a platform for women to showcase their talents and knowledge on current issues and agendas affecting the women of today. The Pergolders offense coming back to being forced to punt last time. Manuel.
Number 26, Manuel.
Carry of about 3 up the middle. So trying to establish something here.
Well, Madison East has got to be able to run the ball against 5 in the box. And you can see the way that La Follette is defending them. You got 3 down linemen and 2 backers. Got to be able to run the ball, especially with a zone. Basically, you have 5 on 4 because you're leaving one of them and you're reading them. If they stay pat, you're giving the ball to the back. If they come down the line of scrimmage or at the quarterback, you're keeping and running.
Well, that second down pass out to the right side to Jordan Chester. Now it's 3rd and about 4. Rolling. There's going to potentially be a hold here now, and just running for his life. Zilm finally gets it away, hits his man in the middle of the field, and that's a job of making something happen. Again, it's Jordan Chester.
Jordan Chester did a good job adjusting his route twice, and usually runs scramble drill. Yeah, he was running out in the flat, went up the field when he saw Zillman scramble, and came back to him on that. Did a good job of catching the ball, getting the first down.
And they go again to him quickly. They gain minimal yardage, and a flag is in. I think they're going to call that a late hit on the quarterback. Actually, maybe not the quarterback. Someone else is down on the field.
Usually, but you got either a false start or an offsides.
So the initial indication is a hold on the offense on such a quick pass.
Well, one thing that Madison East isn't doing a good job of is reading the box and counting the box. La Follette is jumped from 5 in the box to 7 in the box, and you should be play calling based off that. They have 7 in the box, you should be throwing. You have 5 in the box, 6 in the box, you should be running.
Call on the field is illegal procedure.
So it's a procedural issue against the Pergolders.
And someone must have not been on the line of scrimmage.
That'll make it 1st and 15 from their own 37-yard line as the clock ticks under a minute 30. We're at minute 15. Swinging it out to the near sideline. Hits his man. I believe that was Dale Teagham. This game brought to you by A-1 Furniture and Bedding. We want to thank Mr. Paul Canarella and all the good people over at A-1 Furniture for supporting us this season as the official Bowl Series sponsor, providing over 30 years of the best prices and best service.
Well, they got that all day.
Second and 10.
They got that little out route all day.
They go option this time. They hit Jamari Manuel.
Number 26, Manuel.
And he'll pick up close to a Green Bay Packer first down.
Pushed out at the
They'll officially call 3rd and 3.
8-yard line.
It's a very long 3.
That's almost 5.
And here we go with a minute and 11. Down 14-0 in the opening quarter of the East Side Bowl, presented by A-1 Furniture. They go the handoff and swallowed up in the backfield by the Lancers. Manuel didn't have anywhere to go.
And Tom Barth did a great job of getting off his block and making a tackle for a TFL. And again, Madison East is not doing a great job of getting lateral push on that zone play.
And they've the Lancers have made it a habit of getting into the backfield lately. One of the better defenses in the Big 8 Conference. 30 seconds left in the opening period. It's 14-0 La Follette. Faced with a 4th and 4. Here is the punt. They get that one away. A good boot down inside the 20. It's going to roll inside the 10-yard line down to about the 6, where it's down by Madison East, and La Follette will take over with 15 seconds left. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back for the rest of the first quarter on CW57 Sports.
The Boys and Girls Club of Dane County is a nonprofit youth development organization that serves nearly 3,000 young people every year. Our vision is to inspire and empower all young people to reach their full potential as productive, responsible, and caring adults. Our mission is to be the leader in youth development programs by developing partnerships to produce positive outcomes for young people, families, and communities. For more information, go to bgcdc.org or call 608-257-2606. This message is brought to you by Metcalf's Market.
Back in here, Lucer Stadium. The rest of the first quarter here, the clock will... This will likely be the last play unless it's an incomplete pass. They go run it with Kopis, and that should run the clock out in the first quarter. The Green Bay Packers, proud supporters of Wisconsin high school football. For more information on the Packers' involvement in youth and high school football, please visit packers.com/youth football. It's 14-0 at the end of quarter number 1. We'll take another quick break. We'll be back with more on CW57 Sports.
Catch the best high school football all season long on CW57 Sports. Next week, the Crusaders of Edgewood head to Collins Field to take on the Stoughton Vikings. Next Saturday at 6 p.m. and next Sunday at 3 p.m. only on CW57 Sports.
I'm Jessa Jeremiah, inviting you to watch Talk of the Town, where we invite local business owners on to talk about news and information, all right here on the CW57.
The end of quarter number 1, the start of quarter number 2. La Follette leads East 14-0 to Khalil Kopis touchdown runs, and now they will start deep in their own territory. Ball on the 7-yard line where they are faced with a 2nd and 9.
Eric, what have I always said this season about punt returners or kick returners?
Well, you play the field position.
Well, no, you catch the ball.
Well, you don't let it drop.
You don't let it hit the ground for that reason. He let that ball hit the ground. They lost 10 yards. You never let that ball, you never let that ball drop if possible. Fair catch it if you have to run up on it. And even if they hit you and you drop the ball, it's going to be a penalty. You're going to get a 15 on it on top of it. You can't let that ball.
Well, in any case, it is a 2nd and 9 for the Lancers. They get out of the... Once again, they'll go to Kopis. East obviously knows it's going to be a running play, and they stop that one for a minimal gain.
That's a great job by defense.
Third down.
It'll bring up a 3rd and 8. And we've seen La Follette willing to go for it on 4th down, but field position, much different story than last.
I think they'd be most inclined to punt in this situation if they don't get the first down here and play the field position game. They know they've stopped East.
They sent a man in motion and just decided to go for the pass and nearly intercepted. Wow, that was a poor decision by Carlson. It looked like there was also a mistake, like they were supposed to be play action, and he didn't have a guy there.
Usually in that power pass play, you have the receiver clearing out on a go route, you have a 10-yard out, and then you have a fullback coming in the flat. And you're right, you didn't have that flat receiver in that case. Kind of his little check down. Tried to force that pass, and was lucky it wasn't picked because that would have been 6.
Now punting from inside the end zone. La Follette will get it away, and that will drop and keep rolling, but it won't make it to midfield. A flag comes in.
I think it's going to be some yardage tacked onto that for Madison East.
Well, you couldn't ask for much of a better opportunity then. If you're the Pearl Golders, you're down 14-0 and you needed some momentum. While we wait for this to get sorted out, Cousin Subs, Adam, we had some of that before the game. I tell you what, they did a good job providing us all the stuff.
Warm chili, hot chili was fantastic. The cookies, great. And not to mention the subs, what they're famous for.
Always.
What'd you have?
I got the Italian special.
Italian, huh? Forget about it, huh?
Yeah, I know you're a little bit of a...
I had the meatball, eh?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
They are proud supporters of the Lancers. Visit them on Monona Drive. Cousin Subs, better bread, better subs, and better day.
Made our day better, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And now look at the yardage and the situation East is in. Starting all the way inside the 30-yard line at the 28. And we got the ball down on the ground, and wow, just poor situation. And now La Follette's offense back on the field. What a turn of events.
Elias Soba on that fumble cry. I think it popped right into his hands. And again, Madison East is just not getting any lateral push on these inside zone plays. They're getting stood up, stayed in place. There's no running lane.
And when he gets stood up like that, it's chance for the defenders come in and rip it away.
And with the back, he's not high and tight with the ball. Ball's down here by his rib cage. It's got to be across his chest, high and tight, and those types of things are less likely to happen.
So while the field position is flipped, and now the Lancers will get the ball at their own 34-yard line and go and play action. And while didn't see the guy coming, lost the football, but able to pick it back up is Carlson. But didn't see the guy coming in.
And Mario Kelly-Lemon did a great job that time of playing the boot. That's exactly how you play it, going to the back hip of the ball carrier, not getting sucked down on the play action, but to the back hip of the quarterback. And when the quarterback, Carlson, tried to spin away, he spun right into Kelly. Sack.
It was almost an opportunity, too, for Kelly for a fumble recovery.
Well, there was a, yeah, he did. Carlson dropped the ball there.
So after the sack, it's 2nd and 21 from the 23-yard line. 10 minutes to play in the second quarter. They'll just go draw play to Kopis, and nothing.
They tried a little trap action, a little off the counter, pulling the backside tackle, kicking out the end, but someone forgot to block number 14.
And then you get
check that 44. I apologize.
Yeah, that's Josh Roeder. This game brought to you by A-1 Furniture and Bedding as usual. Mr. Paul Canarello, the good people over there for supporting us this season as the official Bowl Series sponsor. 30 years providing the best prices and best service. And the pass played down the middle of the field and in the hands, and did he hang on to it? He did. Wow, that is C.J. Jackson. Jackson, all-conference honorable mention last year, didn't get any looks last week.
That was a fantastic pass and catch right over the middle.
You heard they were going to rotate these guys in.
Right after he caught it, he was hit. Way to hang on. That's a big play to get them out of their own territory and into Madison East territory. I tell you what, La Follette has got it rolling tonight.
Well, it's going to keep the Pergolders honest, too. And there's the quarterback keeper and getting into the backfield again. Big number 44, Josh Roeder, a couple times on this drive. Defensively making plays.
Well, that was a bad read by Carlson. Roeder was coming right at him. He should have gave that ball. Even when in doubt, you give the ball in that situation. That's, again, another read play. So La Follette giving Madison East a little taste of their own medicine. They wash that everything down. They leave the end. And he should have given that ball, and the running back would have had 5, 6, 7 yards before he was even touched.
We're under 8.5 to play in the second quarter. Up 14-0, though. La Follette looking to cap this drive off with another score. Couple guys in the backfield. Decides a swing pass out to the right side. I believe that was Adam Accurate. Actually, no, excuse me, that went out to Daryl Thomas. Last week he had 6 tackles. He also plays on the defensive line. So on here, a 3rd down and 11 from the 44. This clock continues to run. The Green Bay Packers are proud supporters of Wisconsin high school football. For more information on the Packers' involvement in youth and high school football, please visit packers.com/youthfootball. Here's a 3rd down play, but a timeout taken by the Lancers. So we will take a quick break as well. We'll be right back with more of the East Side Bowl presented by A-1 Furniture.
It's the great tent event at A-1 Furniture. Sofas $299, 5-piece living room sets $699, bedroom sets $499, and so much more. Plus, 1 year free financing. A-1 Furniture's great tent event going on now.
Wayne Kimmel and family of Cousin Subs are proud supporters of the La Follette Lancers. Brought to you by Cousin Subs on Monona Drive. Cousin Subs, better bread, better sub, better day. Go Lancers!
It's the great tent event at A-1 Furniture. Twin mattresses $99, queen sets $199, memory foam queen sets $499, and so much more. Plus, 1 year free financing. A-1 Furniture's great tent event going on now.
Eric Rodgers, Coach Adam Smith, Lucier Stadium for the East Side Bowl between the Pergolders and the Lancers. It's 14-0 Lancers. 7.5 to play in the first half of this contest. The Lancers got the field position flipped for them after the turnover, but they're faced with a 3rd and 15. Carlson will drop back, set up the screen pass, but there's blockers in his face, and somehow gets out of it. Kopis, he's going to pick up a good gain of about 12 yards. It won't be enough for the first down, but puts them in a 4th down situation where they can decide if they want to go for it or pin them deep.
Well, you watch the replay here. Kopis does a pretty good job of sucking in the defensive lineman, keep inviting him. He doesn't set him up really good, but was able to get it to Kopis, able to get around his blocks and get him in a position where 4th down, deep in their territory, that they're going to go for it.
So the receivers slip on the far sideline, setting up this 4th and 1 from the 31. They go handoff. Fullback swallowed up in the backfield, and that's going to be a stop for the Pergolders.
It's Mandel Mathis getting off his block and making a heck of a tackle on 4th down there.
Mathis and Ron Kane both in on the tackle. Wow, yeah, that's basically what the Pergolders really needed to do there. And they stopped him a couple times, and they gave up that big 3rd down pass, but they said, nuh-uh, we're not going to let you pick up this 4th down.
Well, that was potentially a game changer right there. I mean, you go down 21-0. You know, this game, that'd be pretty much over, but hopefully that energy will transfer over to the offense and they can get something going, because they've been, after 787 yards last week, they don't even have 7 yards.
Well, you know, Jamari Manuel didn't start it off too well for the Pergolders offense as he took the handoff and lost about 3 yards on the carry. Sets up Zilm with a 2nd and 13. He'll throw near sideline, hits his man, but he goes out of bounds and gets maybe about 5 yards on the reception. That was Jordan Chester.
All the passes they've completed tonight have been outs. I think they need to stick with that success rate right there.
Well, it sets up 3rd and 10 exactly. Actually, they call it 3rd and 7 from the 36. 6:14 to play. Zilm dancing around in the pocket, escapes, throws right side, hits his man in the middle of the field. Is that Chester again? It is, and that moves the chains. A Green Bay Packer first down.
It's a great job of stepping up into the pocket, keeping his eyes down the field.
That's 4 receptions for Chester tonight.
And Chester, again, keeping with his quarterback and rolling with them and getting a first down.
This time they'll run it up the middle. Jamari Manuel pushing the pile for about 4 yards.
And we were talking this week with Coach Rado about Jamari Manuel, and he's getting some Division I looks. Visited Iowa State a couple of weeks ago, and he's getting some looks from Northern Iowa and some other, Northern Iowa, Northern Illinois as well. Division I looks. That's very impressive for a Madison East football player.
And Zilm will keep it and somehow stays alive, throws it, and wow, that was a dangerous ball. Just trying to throw it up there for Chester, and he couldn't pull it down, but just escaping. I thought he was just going to give up on that play.
Well, he saved it to the very last second before stepping out of bounds, put it up high, giving his receiver a chance to make a play.
Dale Teagham, actually, their intended receiver. Sets up a 3rd and 7 from the 50-yard line.
Out route. There it is.
Pocket collapsing, throwing down the middle of the field, and that one's intercepted. The Lancers come away with it. I believe that's Quentin Shear. Actually, no, that's Tom Bartz.
They tried to take advantage of the one-on-one situation. He couldn't gain separation, and the ball was just a bit short.
That was a good-looking pass, though.
Just a bit short. The receiver was not able to high point it in that situation.
And so now, Braden Jordanby getting in on that play, and now the La Follette Lancers will turn the tables and once again start on offense. A couple back and forth possessions here. The turnover on downs on the last time out. Now the interception. A little flea flicker action. Into double coverage, overthrown, and luckily that ball falls incomplete, luckily for Carlson anyway.
Madison East defensive backs did a great job of staying with that. Did not get sucked down, stayed with their receivers. Did a good job defending that play.
That's the first time we've seen that all season.
Hey, you run your trick play first. You want to be the one to run it first. You don't want to be second because then defenses are wary of it. And I think that was a good spot right after a turnover.
Try to hit him deep. Yep. Make him pay for it a little bit more. And it sets up 2nd and 10 from the 46. 5 minutes to play in the opening half. Up 14-0. Try to hit Cortez McCree on that pass, by the way. And they'll pitch off to the left. Kopis gains a couple. Maple Bluff Antique Mall is a proud supporter of high school athletics. If you are looking for a fun, eclectic antique shopping experience, you can look no further than Maple Bluff Antique Mall. Now in its new location on South Stoughton Road, your place for great antiques. Also, Talk of the Town presents fresh, lively discussions with Wisconsin's icons, leaders, movers, and shakers in a talk show format, providing one-on-one analysis of current issues. Here in the Eastside Bowl, it's 14-0 Lancers. They have the ball, but faced with a 3rd and 9 from the 47-yard line, and now a timeout, the second taken in this first half by the Lancers. So we'll take a timeout with them. We'll be right back with more in the A1 Furniture Eastside Bowl.
The WIAA, in conjunction with the Green Bay Packers, is determined to preserve the excitement of Friday nights on high school football fields across Wisconsin. High school football offers students teachable moments that are unique to the education-based experience. Football provides the environment most conducive to those teachable moments and helps perpetuate an important and long-lasting national tradition. The Green Bay Packers and the WIAA encourage participation in the nation's most popular sport because it's fun, it's educational, and it's safer than ever.
Maple Bluff Antique Mall is a proud supporter of high school athletics. Looking for a fun, eclectic antique shopping experience? Look no further than Maple Bluff Antique Mall, now in its new location on South Stoughton Road. Maple Bluff Antique Mall, your place for great antiques.
Now a 3rd and 9 here facing the La Follette Lancers. They're up 14-0. And they hit their man on the near sideline, and that'll move the chains. A Green Bay Packer first down to Tanner Heggie.
Again, that's another 3rd and long, 4th and long situation where the Madison East defense gets sucked in on a run fake and leaves the receiver wide open in the flat. Number 3 right there. Again, Mario Kelly, we've praised him for doing some good things, and we've been on him from doing some bad things, and that right there was poor defense.
It sets up a 1st and 10 for La Follette from the 34-yard line of the Pergolders. Threatening here as the clock ticks under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Kopis off the right side has a hole. He'll pick up another Green Bay Packer first down and more, and cruises into the end zone. How did he get out of that? No idea. But it's the 3rd touchdown of the night for Kopis.
It was a great job by La Follette's offensive line, creating a seam, and he was able to do the rest. Good block out there by number 7. Well, they try to tackle him high. You can't tackle that man high. You got to hit him with what he runs with, and that's his legs.
Well, Coach Arado talked about that before the game. That's exactly what he said. Don't tackle around the legs. And it leads to a touchdown, and now pending the extra point, they could be up by 3 touchdowns plus the extra points. That one up and off to the right side, and it sneaks inside the uprights. So it is 21-0 La Follette with under 4 minutes to play in the first half of the East Side Bowl. We'll be back with more on CW57 Sports.
The Boys and Girls Club of Dane County is a nonprofit youth development organization that serves nearly 3,000 young people every year. Our vision is to inspire and empower all young people to reach their full potential as productive, responsible, and caring adults. Our mission is to be the leader in youth development programs by developing partnerships to produce positive outcomes for young people, families, and communities. For more information, go to bgcdc.org or call 608-257-2606.
This message is brought to you by Saris Cycling Group.
Back here in the East Side Bowl, this has been a wacky second quarter. It started with a Madison East fumble. La Follette took it, failed to convert on 4th down. Then East threw an interception, and now Kopis of La Follette took it 34 yards for the score to go up 21-0 on the Pergolders, who will get the ball now with 3 minutes and 42 seconds to work with in this first half.
Well, if any team in the state can come back from a 21-0 deficit, it's definitely Madison East. They have the firepower. Now they just got to execute. Their back's against the wall. This can either be a blowout or they can make it a game. And that's what they got to decide here with 3:42 left in the first half.
Well, there's the squib kick. Taken at the 12-yard line. Kind of let that one roll a little bit. Now the ball's on the ground while East able to recover. At least I think that one came out. But either way, it's going to set up not great field position for the Pergolders. And they put up, as we've already alluded to, a state record 787 yards on offense last week in their win. They defeated Beloit Memorial 64-35. It was their first win since a 14-6 win over Madison West. And that run by Zilm doesn't go for much.
Number 63, Michael Brown.
Set up 2nd and 10 from the 18-yard line as the clock ticks towards the 3-minute mark. We're at 3:15 in the first half of the Eastside Bowl. All receivers pitches it out, and nowhere to run for Jamari Manuel. This game brought to you by CW57's The Restaurant Show. It's Wisconsin's official television guide to the best restaurants around. Life's too short to eat average, so skip the rest and enjoy the best. We'll tell you where to go right here on The Restaurant Show. Also, CW57's Girl Talk, a platform for women to showcase their talents and knowledge on current issues and agendas affecting the women of today. Here's the 3rd and 13 with 3 minutes to play. It looks like we have movement on the offensive line. So once again, we talk about those mental errors, Adam.
Those are the worst ones. Those false starts. misaligning and not having enough on the line of scrimmage. Just those silly mental mistakes, especially in this situation, that you can't have. You've already dug a hole. Can't dig it any deeper.
Well, it's always a little bit easier to be the defensive lineman. And Zilm slips on that 3rd and 18. And while that's going to be terrible punting position for the Pergolders and just an unfortunate situation. It's the second time we've seen someone slip here tonight.
Well, there's still so much time left on the clock, too. The Follette's probably, and most likely, is going to get great field position on Madison East side of the field with time left to go for a score.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes and counting here on the clock as the Pergolders will punt. Max protect. High snap and nearly blocked. Wow, just a good situation for La Follette. Stiff arm on the return and taken to about the 20-yard line, but a flag comes in late. That was Brandon Jorenby on the return.
Again, those situations I always like to not go for the block, and that's to set up the return, try to get a touchdown that way versus going for the block. Looks like Madison La Follette went for the block off the high snap. Punter did a great job of getting that ball off. I don't know how
without it getting blocked as well.
I don't know how he got it off, but there was no one there to cover. And
I think the guy who came in trying to block the punt was just afraid of hitting the punter, so he just wanted to get out of the way.
15-yard penalty.
So a 15-yard penalty against La Follette will back them up. Instead of being at the 20-yard line, they'll be at about the 35. But still plenty of time to work with. 1 timeout, 2:20 left on the clock officially. First down from the 36. So this time, Carlson will be under center. He'll fake the handoff, spin around and roll left, and he's not going to get the pass away, and he's going to be sacked. It's going to be a loss of almost 10.
Great job by Michael La Follette, defensive end, not allowing Carlson to get outside. He had a wide open receiver down the middle of the field. You can check it right there in the mid on the replay. You never like to see offensive linemen just standing around in the middle of the field, not blocking anybody while your quarterback's getting sacked.
Yeah, and La Follette moving the wrong direction here. The clock continuing to work its way down. They're under 2 minutes to play in this half, and La Follette not really working with any urgency.
Yeah, not a sense of huge sense of urgency right here. I mean, they are up 21-0 but well,
now they finally take their last time out after wasting a good 30 seconds. Yeah. So let's take a Green Bay Packer timeout with them. We'll be back with more on CW57 Sports.
We are now being told to evacuate the facility.
Barry! What the hell happened to him? He was hit by lightning.
I'm okay. Why must you die, Barry?
Inside your body could be the map to a whole new world.
My name is Barry Allen. And I am the fastest man alive.
Back here to Lucer Stadium for the East Side Bowl, presented by A-1 Furniture. I'm Eric Rogers with Coach Adam Smith. Minute 31 left on the clock. La Follette moving backwards on this drive. First of all, they had a great opportunity to be set up after the punt by La Follette, or by East, back in their own end zone. They could have started at the 20. A penalty makes it the 35, and then they get sacked back for a loss of about 10. So quite a ways to go here for the Lancers.
I still think they go for a score here. I mean, you got plenty of time, especially in high school, get out of bounds or get the first down and the clock stops. So,
and they'll fake the handoff, roll right, nowhere to go. Just has to throw it at the legs of his receiver. I don't know if he was.
I think he was at the direction of number 36 there. So, Copus looked like they tried to set a screen up, but the offensive lineman got caught up into it.
But yeah, the Pergolders getting some penetration here. The last couple times Carlson's tried to do anything, really. He can't get out of the pocket. The pocket's collapsing. He has to run around. The fakes aren't working. And it's a 3rd and 19. Minute 25 to go in the first half. Decent protection. Laser shot. And it's going to be near the first down marker. We'll see where they call this ball complete. Yeah, he gets Connor McCree up in the middle of the field.
I think they go for it here. Quick quarterback sneak. Go, go, go.
Minute 5 and counting. Here's the 4th and 1. They do exactly as you said, Adam, and plenty of push and still moving the pile. Wow, that's the most successful quarterback sneak I think I've ever seen.
Nothing like 11 yards on a quarterback sneak.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, the thing is, it also stops the clock.
It moves the chains for Green Bay Packer first down. Ball at the 15-yard line of the Prairie Golders and a chance to go up even more before the half. And so the Prairie Golders will be taking a timeout unless this is an official's timeout.
It was officials for equipment.
And there they go. They'll get the clock rolling. And this time they'll go to Kopis off to the right side. He'll get the handoff and pick up a good chunk of about 7 or 8 yards. You see Hilgendorf warming up there on the sidelines, getting ready to kick potentially. But remember, no timeouts for the Lancers here. .40 seconds on the clock before halftime.
There's a penalty flag down, and the Follette player signaling that it was against East. And it is personal foul, half the distance to the goal. Again, just another play where Madison East is showing their youth and inexperience.
Well, you hate personal fouls as well, as much as anything. And this time they'll laser to the corner of the end zone. McCree, does he get his feet down? He does not. While the officials say he was just outside of those lines for the end zone.
I thought he got that foot down. Well, let's take a look on the replay. We did a good job on the camera right here. Yeah, I thought he had his right foot down.
I thought so as well. Well, in any case, they won't be able to see this tape, so it's 2nd and 4. Or 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. They came out throwing on first down, which stops the clock at 23 seconds.
Only time that you would call a run play in this situation is if you had 2. Oh, and he just killed him.
Trying to corner the end zone, and this time they do get it in. A touchdown. They go to McCree, who couldn't get his foot down last time, and it's a touchdown. And it'll be 27-0 for the Lancers.
Sluggo route. Sluggo was a slant go, so he faked the slant and went back to the corner of the end zone. And corner in that position had to respect the slant, bid on it, and was left wide open.
So we'll see this pending extra point. And this is a tough situation for the Pergolders to be in to end the first half. And the extra point is good. It's 28-0 La Follette over Madison East. We'll take a timeout here, and we will be right back with more on CW57 Sports.
In the United States, there are over 500,000 accidents every year caused by somebody who is texting and driving.
It's hard to believe I even have to do a video right now asking people not to text and drive. There can be nothing that important that could cause you to text and potentially take a life.
Many people are killed every year because somebody is texting and driving.
Please be cautious, drive safe, don't text and drive.
After the Connor McCree 4-yard reception for the touchdown, it's now 28-0 La Follette. Madison East with a chance here. We'll see if they get a good return with 24 seconds left before halftime. Just a good situation for La Follette to be able to score before half after starting that drive out, moving backwards. So another squib kick potentially coming here, I would guess.
try to run that clock out here.
They actually do boot it directly to the return man at the 10-yard line. And he'll get past the first line of defense, and he'll get out to about the 30-yard line. Actually, call it the 35. But with 18 seconds left, we'll see if they just kneel it here or run it and go into halftime down 28-0. And I've said this before, you know, what's the worst going to happen? You throw it and maybe throw an interception, but it happened when I was doing a Mustangs game with you, Adam, and guy threw an interception and it went the other way for a touchdown. They do go another out route there with Chester. Jordan Chester, about 5-6 receptions here so far tonight.
Well, we loved in this situation if we were winning and a team thought that they could score in this situation, and we knew they were passing. We would play a lot of zone coverage and sit on things and try to pick some things off. Our guys were very dynamic, and even our defense, when they got the ball in their hands, they did a great job of taking it to the house, or if not, getting us in really good field position for our offense, and we were able to take it in and score. But yeah, if I'm Madison East, I'm just trying to simple stuff, maybe get, you know, Zillman in more of a rhythm here.
Well, they do go 2 passes to Chester. This time that ball will just be thrown out of bounds. A wobbly pass, and it goes incomplete. 1 second left before halftime. We'll see if they just.
And this would be a good situation for them to practice. Well, they could practice a Hail Mary right here, because you don't get many live opportunities to practice this. You don't practice it live, you know, in practice. You know, you might have some dummies or something like that, or versus air. And, of course, they just hand it off. And, again, I always try to, use situations and that you're not normally in and try to get them into a live situation to at least practice them, get them on film.
So it's halftime here at 28-0 La Follette, but let's send it down to halftime where we have our ladies standing by with a special halftime guest.
All right, thanks, guys. Well, Janet and I are here at the sidelines of Loser Stadium. We're gearing up for a big halftime show. We're going to talk to the cheer coach and some of the girls, and we've got the band performing, the Poms, and just an awesome set of interviews for you. So please stick around for our halftime show here at the A-1 Furniture East Side Bowl. We'll be right back.
Silvermine Subs, hot and cold subs made fast and delivery until 3 a.m. Try the Georgetown sub made with turkey breast, bacon, provolone, avocado, ranch, lettuce, and tomato starting at just $4.39. Feeding a group at the office or on the go? A Silvermine Subs box lunch is an easy way to order and serve. Each box includes a sub sandwich or wrap of your choice, chips, pickle spear, and a cookie.
Silvermine Subs. The Silvermine Subs, they're the subs that you love. And remember, we deliver. We got celebs from A to Z, Tiger Woods to Charlie Sheen. If it happened here, it happened on TXA.
Welcome back to the A-1 Furniture East Side Bowl. We're on the sidelines here, Janet and I, at Loser Stadium, and we are excited because we have a great halftime show for you. We're going to start out with Lindsay Simonson, who is the head coach here at La Follette for the cheer team, and we've got some of her trusty cheerleaders joining us. So welcome, Lindsay. How are you?
We're good. Thanks so much.
Good. Well, hey, we're glad to have you. And I was chatting with Lindsay just a little bit before halftime, and you were telling me this is an incredibly large team. So tell me how many girls you have on your squad.
Yeah, so we have over 70 girls that cheer at the various levels. So we have a freshman, JV, and a varsity squad.
Wow, that's impressive. Well, you must be proud, and it must take a lot of organization to keep everything running smoothly.
Yeah, we have about 5 coaches that work with us throughout the year to help keep everything functioning the best it can and to show our school spirit at all of our games.
Awesome. Well, you guys are doing a great job so far, and I'm going to chat with a couple of the girls here. So I understand that you have some pretty great accomplishments under your belt. Talk to me about that real quick.
Yeah, so we're back-to-back state champs, and we're hoping to get the 3rd win this year.
All right, so that's a pretty big accomplishment, and I'm sure you guys are super proud. So you're going for the 3rd one, huh? What's it going to take?
Well, we just had comp tryouts, so we have a really good team put together, and we've had open gyms before tryouts, and we are starting practice next week.
Awesome. Good for you guys. Congrats.
So what does it take to prepare for those kinds of competitions?
It takes a lot of work, a lot of, practicing, like running, adrenaline,
Yeah, dedication, a lot of dedication. We come as one, and everybody tries to meet that one goal and expectation we have as a whole team.
How about preparing for these games?
Yeah, we start our practices in July, and we've been working on our chants. We have 30 chants that we memorize, and we've been working on them since July, so we have them pretty good by now.
Wow, so much for schoolwork, huh? Well, good luck this year. I hope you get that 3rd state championship. You be sure to stay tuned. We have a lot coming up for the halftime show, more interviews and the band. We'll see you soon.
Join us at Claddagh Irish Pub. House-made Irish cuisines, perfect pints, and live music in an authentic and friendly setting. Come try our Irish cheddar bruschetta, crostini, basil, fresh diced tomatoes, Irish cheddar cheese, and balsamic glaze for just $7.99. Stay for our premium char-grilled steak, drenched in Guinness beer cheese and Jameson glaze, with onion straws and served with potato cakes and seasonal vegetables. Pair with a pint for an Irish dish that can't be missed. Claddagh Irish Pub, bringing Ireland across the pond and into your backyard.
I'm Jessa Jeremiah, inviting you to watch Talk of the Town, where we invite local business owners on to talk about news and information, all right here on the CW57.
Well, we're back here into Lucer Stadium, where the La Follette Lancers lead the Madison East Pergolders by a score of 28-0. It was a crazy second quarter there as far as turnovers were concerned, Adam, after a first quarter that seemed to be dominated by the Lancers.
Absolutely. I mean, Madison East couldn't get anything going on offense, and I think mostly that was due to Madison La Follette's defense. They did a fantastic job keeping receivers in front of them, pressuring Zillman. Zillman did do a good job when he was able to get some completions of scrambling and getting outside the pocket, finding some creases, and the receivers did a great job of staying with them and finding openings on the scramble drill. But also East could not get out of their own way with the turnovers and the stupid penalties, to be honest. They were really ill-advised penalties. I think they had 3 personal foul penalties, false starts, and just, plays that just weren't very smart. So, again, hopefully they're getting this corrected during halftime, making the adjustments, and coming out ready to execute in the second half, because again, I mean, they are down 28-0, but this is a high-flying offense. It has been putting points up all year, and I'll take 5 receivers versus 5 DBs any day of the week. So hopefully they can get things turned around and make this a game.
Yeah, La Follette coach Scott Swanson earlier before the game told us, just because the Pergolders haven't had a very successful season so far, doesn't mean they're not going to come out here firing on all cylinders. And to that point, they haven't, but they come off their first win of the season. They snapped that losing streak, which, Coach Arado doesn't really want to talk about, but you get some things going, you start believing in yourself, you have those close games that you lost by, not that many points. What makes you think you can come in here? You can't. You can accomplish this. It is a 28-0 deficit, but it's not like you haven't done something crazy like that before.
Well, it is a big deficit. It will take a lot of hard work, and they're going to have to, cut out the penalties and cut out the turnovers and be smart about it and play better, definitely, and execute. But there's the difference between their past teams, the years of the past, versus now. Now these kids believe. And now they just got to get something going. I think they start get a drive to put together. They're going to get the ball here in the start the second half. They put some things together, get some completions, get some good runs, get some momentum going, possibly put some points on the board, and they can get that thing rolling again and give them some even more confidence.
And we are here, the A-1 Furniture East Side Bowl. It's presented obviously by A-1 Furniture and Bedding. We want to thank all the good people over there for supporting us this season as the official Bowl Series sponsor. Over 30 years of providing the best prices and best service. And the Green Bay Packers, who are proud supporters of Wisconsin high school football. For more information on the Packers' involvement in youth and high school football, please visit packers.com/youthfootball. Adam, a 305th place state ranking for the Pergolders, and a 97th place ranking for the Lancers. It hasn't been as successful of a showing as the Pergolders may have wanted coming in here, but obviously they've done what they need to do last week to prove that they they have what it takes to come in here. Highest points per game at 35.7 in the Big 8 Conference. Also the top scoring offense in the conference. The problem is they also lead in interceptions, and they give up the most points per game.
Well, that's the tale right there. You know, I'm sure they're also up there in penalties if they keep that stat. You know, and that's just, you know, indicative of a team that is, you know, 1-7, and they're really, really close. And that's the great thing about Madison East. And again, having coached there, knowing the kids, they're tough-nosed kids. They battle. They've always been very athletic. The only issue has been believing. And again, Coach Arado and his staff has done a fantastic job of getting those kids to believe. You know, not only at the varsity level, but their freshman level is doing fantastic. It has a winning record. Their JV is 5-3, I believe. They're doing fantastic, and that winning becomes contagious. And you get that taste of it in your mouth, and you want it again. And it's very addictive. And the kids are going to do a great job coming into going into the off season here, preparing for next season, and really coming in even more confident, knowing what they've done, not only what they've done in the past, but what they do here works, and they just have to do some minor tweaks. They just got to be a little bit smarter, and that comes with experience and maturity. And again, the coaching staff here is going to do that. They're going to take care of that. I have no doubt about it. You know, Coach Arado has done a great job of, you know, they're all new faces, which I think is what Madison East needed, because for a long time they had a lot of the same core people there. And there's only one guy left from when I was coaching there, and that's Frank Zerner, who happens to also be the head wrestling coach. You know, so he knows from the past, and he's working towards the future. Another head coach, another leadership person on your staff, leading these kids. And can't say enough about what they're doing. Yeah, they're 1-7, but they're the best one
at this point.
Or 1-6. Excuse me, 1-6. But they're the best one-win team in the state. And I know not one team that's in the playoffs would want to see Madison East first round of the playoffs if they would have, if they were to get in. They would not want to see that team. And that's the thing that they have to keep projecting into their off season and going into next year and building that confidence. And I tell you, Follette has done a great job, running Copus. He, has been 2, 3, 4 yards, and then he's had the opportunity to break a couple, like this last one, for about 30 yards and breaking some tackles. And Carlson has been okay. He's been pretty solid. And, they're going to probably run the ball here most of the second half, play action pass some, unless Madison East is able to make it a game.
Yep, Copus, first team all-conference member last year, actually second in the conference in yards per game, third in touchdowns. And remember, he injured his leg in week 4 and missed week 5, so that's on a short season. So we'll see how the second half kind of hashes out here from Lucier Stadium for the second half of the A-1 Furniture Eastside Bowl. We'll send it to a commercial break, and we'll come back for a little bit more analysis and the kickoff of the second half of the Eastside Bowl.
Sometimes a little help is all you need. From saving for today's favorite sport to planning for tomorrow, we'll be right by your side. BMO Harris Bank, we're here to help.
My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest man alive.
Welcome back from the break. This is the halftime show at Lucier Stadium. We have La Follette versus East. With us right now, we have the principal at La Follette. This is Chad Weezy. Chad, thanks for your time tonight.
Hi there. Thanks for having us.
Word on the street is that you have not only been principal here of La Follette, but that you used to be head coach for the football team. Is that right?
That is true. From 2005 to 2007, yep.
Very good. And I understand that you actually used to also coach at East and were a teacher, I understand, there as well. So you are the perfect person to speak to this rivalry. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I was actually here when Lucier Stadium opened up in 2002 as an assistant coach at East. So certainly know this rivalry goes back as long as these two schools have existed.
And what is it like now being on the other side here at La Follette and getting a chance to, you know, have this team come out to the stadium and just live that, the two of you together here?
Oh, it's great. You know, a night like tonight's about bringing our communities together to get as many people as we can engaged in the good things going on in our schools.
So we'll go with it as a friendly rivalry.
It's a friendly rivalry, but we certainly want to win it. A lot, in particular, our football players. A lot of these kids know each other, so they
have for years.
They want to win a Loser Cup. Yeah.
Last year was a big year for La Follette. It was a 50th year anniversary. I'm curious how that was and what that has done for your school this year now.
Yeah, it was. It was year 50 for us last year. You know, it was a great way to re-engage many of our community members and our alumni and keep them involved with the great things going on in our building. Many of the connections we made last year have carried right through to this year.
Very good. Well, congratulations on that landmark. We appreciate your time tonight.
Yeah, thanks. Congrats.
Stay tuned. We have the athletic director, Kevin Porter, with us.
Yeah, we got him right behind us here. Come on in, Kevin. Thanks for joining us and thanks for hosting us here. We appreciate it greatly.
Kevin, we hear that you have a female player on your football team. Is that right?
We do. She's our kicker, place kicker.
All right. And you've had this had some gals in the past, right?
Yep. This is our second one. It started with Jenna Smith, and now Hannah Helgendorf is our kicker now.
That's really neat. That's very unique.
Yeah, it definitely sets you apart a little bit, and what a fun thing for folks behind us to come out and get to see a female player. You've got some other great accomplishments that I want to make sure we get a chance to brag about. Talk to me about your cross-country team. I know they've been doing very well.
Yeah, we're very excited. Our cross-country team is ranked #1 in the state right now, and earlier today they defended their conference, or I should say our city title, so it's been really exciting fall for them.
Awesome. Congrats on that accomplishment. That's big. That's great.
So we were just chatting with Principal Weezy about alumni, and last year was your 50th. So a couple of your coaches are alumni. Tell us who they are.
Yeah, we're really excited. We just hired Cottrell Robinson as our boys basketball coach, and we're really excited about him. He hit the ground running, and our head football coach, Scott Swanson, is also an alum as well.
That's really neat, keeping it in the family for so many years. That makes us extra special. Well, thanks for your time tonight, Kevin. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with more halftime.
We are now being told to evacuate the facility.
Barry! What the hell happened to him? He was hit by lightning. I'm okay.
Why must you die, Barry?
Inside your body could be the map to a whole new world.
My name is Barry Allen. And I am the fastest man alive.
Eric Rodgers and Coach Adam Smith here at halftime. The A-1 Furniture East Side Bowl here at Lucier Stadium, where the La Follette Lancers lead the East Pergolders 28-0 at halftime. 3 touchdown runs by Khalil Kopis and a touchdown reception by Connor McCree. They've kind of done it all here tonight so far, and the defense has stepped up and held the Pergolders to no points on the board. They haven't really even gotten in striking distance so far. So what is East going to have to do to turn things around in the second half?
Well, again, they're going to have to be smarter and not, take on those penalties. They're going to have to protect the ball, and they're going to have to protect Zillman. They're going to have to give them some time to be able to hit those receivers. And finally, they're going to have to distinguish in their offense when they're running and when they're passing, and that's going to be dictated by how many are in the box, from tackle to tackle, how many defenders are in the box for La Follette on a play. And when you run spread, that's the first thing that the quarterback is supposed to do, is he's supposed to count the box. If you're 5 to 6 in the box, you can run the football. Okay?
Well, I'm just surprised at how successful Jamari Manuel for East has been last week. 21 carries, 289 yards, and 3 touchdowns. The conference leader in yards, touchdowns, and yards per game, and yet he hasn't really been able to establish anything.
Again, their offensive line has not had an opportunity or they just haven't been able to move laterally, So.
All right, well, let's take a break here. We'll throw it down to the sidelines where we have Jessa and Janet standing by.
All right, thanks, guys. Well, we've tracked down Travis Wilson once again. We're going to get his wonderful insight. He's from Wisconsin Sports Network. Welcome, Travis. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, you bet.
So we're excited to be here on the sidelines here at the Loser Stadium. Talk to me about the East Pergolders. They are down 28 here in the halftime. What are they going to have to do, and what's really keeping them from getting on the board so far?
Well, 3 turnovers never helps in the first half, and penalties, personal fouls. They have some good talent. Zach Zilm is one of the state leaders in passing. Jamari Manuel is a kid that has the athletic ability to, maybe get into the conversation for a Division I scholarship opportunity. Dale Tigum on the outside is an outstanding receiver. They have pieces in place. They just don't have enough of them around some of those guys. And then, again, when you count the mistakes that they've had and turnovers and things like that, it makes it difficult. They got to avoid mistakes. Easier said than done, but you can't turn the ball over. You can't have penalties. Get some explosive plays in the passing game and try to see what happens from here.
And what about La Follette? Now, do you feel like they're playing particularly well tonight? What are they doing well, and what maybe could they improve on so far?
Well, they're running the ball really well. Khalil Kopis has 3 touchdowns. He's just gashing East on most of his carries. Expect him to continue to run the ball, and if they get up 5 or 6 touchdowns, he might come out. But otherwise, it's going to be a big dose of Khalil Kopis in the second half. They've had a turnover as well. They had a couple penalties, personal fouls on special teams that I'm sure Coach Swanson wants them to clean up. But they're in a good spot, up 28-0.
Yeah, it's looking good for them, certainly. Well, there's your Travis Wilson halftime recap. Go ahead, Janet.
Travis, you and I were talking a little bit about playoffs, and I think brackets are coming out next week, you said?
Yeah, next Friday, once all the games get done, all the playoff teams will be decided, and that's a big day on our site. It's the busiest day of the year on wissports.net as far as traffic and page views. We actually get the playoff field out usually 2 to 3 hours before the WIAA does, so make sure you head to wissports.net to find out if your team is in the playoffs and also what division they are in. And then on Saturday, after the seeding meetings are held by all the coaches, the actual matchups, who will be playing who, game times, locations, etc., will come out as well, and you can find those on wissports.net as well. Busy week as we wrap up the regular season.
Well, that's where you need to go if you want to check out all those stats, and for other sports too. It's wissports.net. Sending it back to you guys.
All right, thanks, ladies, and we will have kickoff for the second half here shortly. 28-0 deficit, as we've kind of already heard, and we've already demonstrated that it's going to take a clean second half for the Pergolders to turn this thing around. But obviously, if the Lancers are able to put up 28 points in the first half, it's doable. So Pergolders are just going to have to turn things around and play a little bit more discipline in the second half. But this game, as we continue in here, the A-1 Furniture Bowl Series, the East Side Bowl, it's brought to you by Cousin Subs. Wayne Kimmel and family of Cousin Subs are proud supporters of the Follette Lancers. Visit us at Cousin Subs on Monona Drive. Cousin Subs, better bread, better subs, better day. Also, Maple Bluff Antique Mall. If you are looking for a fun and eclectic antique shopping experience, look no further than Maple Bluff Antique Mall. Now in its new location on South Stoughton Road, Maple Bluff Antique Mall is your place for great antiques. We have the second half kickoff coming out here, and the Pergolders offense will be back on the field and haven't had a whole lot of success running the ball or passing the ball. Zilm really been hounded by this La Follette defense all game. So here's the kickoff from Paul Lima.
Do a better job up front, not only protecting in the passing game, but also moving some people in the run game.
And La Follette's defense holds to about the 30-yard line, where the Pergolders will take over on offense. Zach Zilm, last week, as they've already said, 460 yards, 6 touchdowns. The offense really got going with, Jamari Manuel, 21 carries, 289 yards, and 3 touchdowns. The offense set a record. They also snapped the state's longest active losing streak. But they're looking to kind of start things off here again and get things going. And they started off with a carry to Jamari Manuel for about 3 yards.
Again, you look at that inside zone play that they're running. Their offensive line is standing straight up. And you're supposed to be moving laterally on that play so that the running back can find a crease. And again, it's straight up.
Well, they fake the Handoff this time, and they do a quick throw out to the right side to Chester. And Chester, again, the main target here so far for Zilm, but not really any deep passes out to him. I don't think they've completed anything over 15 yards.
And those were on. That was on a scramble. It wasn't something where they, you know,
Yeah,
three-step dropped and threw it and made the completion. That was off scramble.
In the 3rd down and 9 play, deep ball. This time they'll try it, and wide open, but the ball just a little bit short and behind, and the receiver Dale Teagham unable to stop in time to get back and catch the ball, and just an unfortunate set of circumstances for the Pergolders as they had that one drawn up for
Teagham
success.
Really wanted to score here. Breaks loose over the middle.
You couldn't
have
asked
that situation. You got to stop and catch the ball first. You can't run with it before you have it.
Well, it sets up a 4th and 9 for the Pergolders. They had the setup they wanted on that play, and it ends with a punting play for the Pergolders. Caught at about the 35-yard line by the Lancers. They'll take it past midfield to the 45-yard line, and that's where their offense will be set up in the second half.
Yeah, I think that's it's been another storyline here is field position, and the Follette has started almost a handful of times close to or on or in Madison East territory. And you're right, like you said, Madison East hasn't come close, and it's been because they've been backed up onto their own territory.
Well, here is the 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. 1 minute gone here in the 3rd quarter. Plenty of time here to work with in this game, and the Pergolders are going to need to stop on defense, but as we heard earlier, heavy dose of Khalil Kopis potentially coming in the second half. They go to him on 1st down. The 1st down carry goes for about a half yard.
Again, that's a great job by Madison East. I think their front 4 or their front 7 is a little bit undersized. Look, defensive end 205, their tackles 270, their end 210. That's a very undersized defensive line. And Madison followed across 250, 225, 250, 215, 225. Quite a bit bigger up front.
They pitch it off to the right side, and Kopis slides down to about the 40-yard line. It looks like a little bit of a slip on that play as the cold starts to come in here over Lucier Stadium and making this grass a little bit slick here. We've seen a couple slips tonight that obviously both teams play in it, so
again, you just got to keep your feet underneath your base in that situation.
The 3rd and 6 play for the Lancers. They'll go I formation again, but this time come out passing, looking left side, intercepted. The Pergolders have nothing but green in front of them, but now the maroon colors of La Follette come and chase them out of bounds. And that was Carlos Perez, the all-conference honorable mention.
And they're going to have another 15-yard penalty here on a block 20 yards behind the ball carrier. And it's going to bring this return back. And our replay didn't even catch it, but that's how far back it was. It was at the 40-yard line.
Well, there's no excuse for a penalty like that.
Again,
it's not even involved in the play.
It is so silly, and it's got to be driving Coach Arado crazy.
Well, you had
block in the back, 20 yards behind the ball carrier.
Yeah, East was set up in great field position after the interception. Instead, it takes it back inside their own territory to the 44. But anyway, East will have the ball after the interception, so they have that positivity to look forward to here.
It's a 36-yard penalty. That's three and a half first downs.
Yeah. Well, the offense comes out. 1st and 10, 9:15 to play in quarter number 3. And that running play gains about 9 yards, one of the more successful running plays we've seen tonight from East.
Yep. I believe they had an option earlier in the first quarter that ran well, and there was a little counter action there.
So 2nd and 9. And they do go off the right side to Manuel again. He'll move the chains for a Green Bay Packer first down.
They come back and run it again. That time he decides to dip around the block, get around the edge. Good block by number 53.
1st and 10, Madison East.
Mitchell Hardwick.
And the ball spotted on the 42-yard line was under 9 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Let's run
off
it
to the right side, yeah.
Third time's a charm. It's working. Getting 5 yards a pop.
Well, maybe Manuel on the offense is starting to find something working here.
Again, getting some energy. Again, Hardwick wrapping around that time. Making a nice block. And again, giving Manuel a little bit of room to run.
Well, they got trips right, or trips left, excuse me. They go to Manuel on the run play off to the left. Gain about 2 or 3 on the carry. But still making it a manageable third down. You know,
well, this is 4-down territory for Madison East. They're not butting this ball. They're down 4 touchdowns.
Here's the 3rd and 3. Zilm chased from behind and roped down at the 40. And that will set up things nicely for La Follette defensively.
It will. It definitely does. He's got to get rid of the ball. He's got to make a decision here. You saw earlier in the first half where he ran, kept the play going on the sideline. He needed to do that again.
Here's the 4th down play. You got to be careful here. He gets sacked again and loss of about 10 on that play, and sets up the ball at midfield for the Lancers.
That's just horrible. That is horrible for Madison East to first finally get a turnover, take it down to the 20-yard line of La Follette, get a 15-yard penalty at the spot of the foul, which turns into be a 36-yard penalty. Run the ball 20 yards, and on 3rd and 4, call a pass play for a sack, and on 4th down, call another pass play for another sack. You got to run the ball in that situation.
We've seen Zilm on the ground far too many times here tonight, and it's going to set up a running play for the Lancers off the right side, a gain of about 9 yards for Khalil Kopis.
It's a backbreaker for anybody to really just take the wind out of you.
Exactly. Well, these positive things to look to and have it taken away like that. But this game brought to you by CW57's Talk of the Town, presenting fresh, lively discussions with Wisconsin's icons, leaders, movers, and shakers in a talk show format, providing one-on-one analysis of current issues.
In Madison East, their players are very resilient. That side of town is very resilient. I know they're going to keep playing and keep fighting.
Wow, Kopis just showing some power and strength to get through that defensive line and secondary and take it for a gain of about 20, 25 yards. And another Green Bay Packer first down for the Lancers. Boy, if Kopis isn't over 200 yards here tonight, he sure is close. And it's going to set up 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line of the Pergolders. And running again, Kopis, a good chunk of 8 or 9 yards.
Again, Madison East is just outsized and outmatched up front. And they continue to remain in their 3-down linemen, and they haven't brought any bodies in. On this situation, you got to, I think they just maybe brought in another defensive lineman. Nope, still 3-down linemen. And you're undersized, and this is what a bigger team does.
This time they go the fullback dive, and Accurate will pick up a good chunk of yardage, and that'll move the chains. Another Green Bay Packer first down for the Lancers.
It'll be 1st down and goal from the 6-yard line.
Doesn't seem to matter who the ball carrier is. Yeah, CW57's The Restaurant Show is one of the sponsors here. It's Wisconsin's official television guide to the best restaurants around. Life's too short to eat average, so skip the rest and enjoy the best. We'll tell you where to go right here on The Restaurant Show. and CW57's Girl Talk, a platform for women to showcase their talents and knowledge on current issues and agendas affecting the women of today. First and goal from the 6 for La Follette. They go fullback handoff to Accurate, and he's into the end zone. 2 carries, and he's into the end zone. Another touchdown for La Follette off the 4th down failed attempt by the Pergolders.
And if you do not have big men up front to run this scheme, this is what happens against bigger programs. And not saying that Madison Follette is huge up front, but they're a lot bigger than Madison East, and you really got to have a lot of size and a lot of discipline and technique to run this three-man front. And I'm really surprised they've not made an adjustment defensively.
So we'll have the extra point here, the 5th attempt here for Hilgendorf. This one is blocked, and I don't see any flags on that one, and it's going to be 34-0. La Follette. We'll take a break and we'll be back with more Eastside Bowl on CW57 Sports.
Takara Japanese Restaurant, serving authentic Japanese sushi, teriyaki, tempura, and hibachi food in a comfortable atmosphere. Come in for our mango tuna appetizer. A delicious combination of seared ahi tuna and mango is the perfect start to a meal, just $9.95. Stay for dinner and try our chicken teriyaki, broiled chicken and vegetables with teriyaki sauce for just $12.95. Enjoy a full bar and excellent happy hour drink specials. Takara Japanese Restaurant, serving Madison downtown and on Whitney Way. Come experience the treasure of Madison.
I'm Jessa Jeremiah, your host for The Restaurant Show, the show that is your guide to the best restaurants in town so you can skip the rest and enjoy the best, all right here on the CW57.
We're here at Lucer Stadium. I'm Eric Riders with Coach Adam Smith. The La Follette Lancers lead the East Pergolders 34-0 after a Adam Accurate 6-yard touchdown run, and the extra point you can see blocked from Hilgendorf's kick, her first miss of the night.
Well, that edge, they've been coming hard off the edges all night. The job of that wing player is to step down, protect inside first, and then drop step and try to get a push or a shove on the shoulder of that outside guy coming just to get him off the path. And they didn't touch him. He just came right off the edge.
And La Follette will be kicking off East after coming up with the interception and the penalties and the 2 straight sacks. Are going to look for more positive things out of this drive.
Well, they started to run the ball last drive, and that's hoping they go back to it, even though they're down.
And that, what a hit he takes at about the 22-yard line, about the 23, and now a flag comes in late. As Sean Daniels, the return man. We'll see the official call, but it will be against East, and I'll march them backwards. Looks like half the distance to the goal.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, another 15-yard penalty.
Well, it takes it to the 11-yard line, and East will be.
Is that 5 tonight?
It's far too many, however many it is. But yeah, I don't know that I've seen that many.
I believe it's 5, and 2 of them have been have been inside their 20, so it's been half the distance to the goal.
Jamari Manuel picking up a good chunk of yardage on that run, but unfortunately it's coming from deep in their own territory, and the time is ticking here for the Pergolders. Pergolders now here with 2nd and 1 on their own 11. And that pass off the mark. That's the first pass we've seen from Zilm that was just completely just an inaccurate throw.
I think he rushed it a little bit, and it looked like that ball slipped.
This game brought to you by A-1 Furniture and Bedding. We want to thank Mr. Paul Canarella and all the good people over there for supporting us this season as the official Bowl Series sponsor. Over 30 years of providing the best prices and best service.
Why are they running a wide receiver screen against a cover 2? Can you tell me that, Eric?
I couldn't tell you that, Adam.
In a cover 2, the corners are responsible for flats. They're throwing
that's where you're
right
gonna
where the
run
defender is.
Yep.
Again, you got to.
Well, it brings up 4th and short. If I'm not mistaken, this is Coach Arado's 3rd year here at East.
Okay, one-on-one backside. There's
Maybe
a
with
good
the fake,
pull.
and Zilm will have a big hole there, and instead of sliding, he'll just take the hit. He'll get up to about the 34-yard line. A good run from Zilm, and it moves the chains.
You see that all-out blitz. 11 comes. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. 11 comes flat down the line of scrimmage. Zillman pulls it, and you can see he gets 10, 12 yards before he's tackled there.
There's a swing pass out to Teagham.
Oh, fumble.
And while LaFollette comes up with it, another turnover. And Teagham can't believe he let that one go.
They're not putting the young man in a position to succeed, and that's the 3rd or 4th time they've run that play to the short side of the field. He has no room to run. You got to run that position. Not have to run it every time, but you got to run that to the wide side of the field and give that young man an opportunity to run with the ball.
Well, you don't set up the blocks correctly either, and you just get stood up. And as we've already talked about, you get the ball ripped out of there like that, and that's another turnover, and it sets up LaFollette in East territory about they call it the 32-yard line with 4 minutes to play in the 3rd. And Kopis lucky to gain a couple yards on the play.
Well, East is understanding the situation, and Coach Swanson's understanding the situation too. I'm sure he's going to run this ball. They get into a situation where it's 4th and down, they're going to punt it. And East is going to just, they're going to run blitz. They're going to run blitz. And LaFollette was able to take care of it last possession. You get past that first wave of defenders.
Well, here's a different look. They go the running play to C.J. Jackson.
A jet sweep.
And he'll get inside the 10-yard line, I believe.
Well, that's what you want to do. You want to hit an outside run if they're starting to bring, heavy center A-gap pressure, and that's what Madison East is doing, anticipating that leader power play. They decide to jet sweep it, and C.J. Jackson does a great job of stiff-arming a couple of guys. And
yeah, good block set up by Tim Hodges, the halfback.
Absolutely.
So it sets up 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. 3:13 to play in the 3rd quarter. It's been all of Follette here in the East Side Bowl. Out of the shotgun, sending a man in motion to the right. They do go to Kopis.
Number 26.
Not much on that play. This game brought to you by the Green Bay Packers. They are proud supporters of Wisconsin high school football. For more information on the Packers' involvement in youth and high school football, please visit packers.com/youthfootball.
You're a Packer fan, Eric. What do you think about this weekend for the Pack?
Well, I think it's going to be, hydration. You got the hamstrings that always seem to flare up for the Packers. Guys like Clay Matthews and Casey Hayward. Just
weak glutes.
Yeah, you gotta work those legs. Don't skip leg day.
Don't skip leg day and hydrate.
Well, there's the run. Sets up a 1st and goal for the Lancers.
I believe Daryl Thomas.
Yep,
Daryl Thomas was in the backfield in the last carry.
And looks like they go back to actually Tim Hodges, I think, in the deep back.
Nope.
And they go to Hodges again, and he is in the end zone. And that's a touchdown again for the Lancers.
Well, Daryl Thomas. Daryl Thomas, the fullback. Great job bouncing that outside. Madison East did a good job of the initial point of attack, bottling that up. But their edge defenders got caught inside and didn't keep contained, and he was able to bounce it right in.
So Hannah Hilgendorf on to attempt her 6th extra point of the night. She had the last one blocked. So far, 4 for 5. Here tonight we get whistles before the snap. indicate a penalty against La Follette. Unless we
timeout.
Get a timeout called by La Follette.
I wonder if they're not just going to discuss a little fire call here off
well,
that
they just
edge.
put in Zach Aruro, second team all-conference center.
Leads Janesville Craig 27-7. Middleton over Beloit 49.
So we'll take a quick commercial break. We'll be back with more on CW57 Sports.
Hey, Madison, It's a Pizza has arrived. Our oven-roasted Italian beef sandwich is a local favorite. Piled high on an 8-inch hoagie roll, smothered in cheese and served with au jus sauce and chips, just $6.99. Try our Chicago stuffed pizza. Homemade sauce filled with toppings of your choice and lots of freshly shredded mozzarella cheese stuffed between 2 layers of our fresh pizza dough. Finished with Romano cheese. Serving the freshest pizzas, pastas, appetizers, sandwiches, and much more hot to your door until 3 a.m. It's a Pizza, proud to be a local original.
Critics are calling Jane the Virgin's Gina Rodriguez a breakout star.
I'm having a baby.
Jane the Virgin. Series premiere this Monday at 9/8 Central.
Back in here to Lucer Stadium, and out of the timeout, they decide they will just elect for this extra point. Hilgendorf on. It's a high snap. Maybe designed? No, it's going to be a keeper and taken down at the 10-yard line, and that'll be a failed 2-point conversion. We will take a break where it's 40-0 in the East Side Bowl.
It's high school football all season long on CW57 Sports. Next week, the Crusaders of Edgewood head to Collins Field to take on the Stoughton Vikings. Next Saturday at 6 p.m. and next Sunday at 3 p.m. only on CW57 Sports.
So we have our ladies Janet and Jessa standing by. We have a little halftime activities, or sideline activities going on here at Lucer Stadium. Let's take a look. Okay, we'll get back to them. I might have jumped the gun on that one, but we'll stick with this. We have the kickoff here after the touchdown. They gave it to Daryl Thomas, the fullback, as now it's time for some backup work for La Follette, up 40-0 in the East Side Bowl over the East Pergolders. The Pergolders had their chances, but they seem to have squandered them away, whether it be penalties or turnovers. They had quite a few of those tonight. And we talked about, what, five personal fouls?
5 unsportsmanlike or personal foul, 15-yard penalties, and 4 turnovers, I believe. 4 turnovers?
And that's not going to get it done, but
no,
the Pergolders they'll have a chance here on offense, and we'll see what they do with it here. And pick it up at the 8-yard line. Room to work with. A couple men to beat. A good return for the Pergolders here, and they'll take it into La Follette territory to about the, let's call it the 40-yard line. The best field position, I think, earned on their own for the Pergolders tonight.
Absolutely. Did a great job of finding a crease. I'm going to say that I think La Follette had some guys in that.
It was Tanner Heggie. So now let's see if we have Janet and Jessa standing by. We have sideline activities. What do we have?
Welcome back. We're here at the A-1 Furniture East Side Bowl, and we are lucky enough to be joined by a group of girls. We've got Bailey, Kara, Aranza, and Stephanie. Hopefully I got them all right. Got y'all? Yeah. All right, girls. Well, tell us what you do here on the sidelines of Lucer Stadium.
We make sure the players are well hydrated with water and make sure like they get what they needed. So, yeah.
You're the brains behind the operation, right?
Exactly.
Great
and
job.
Your title is the team managers, right? Yeah. Okay. And how did you get to be team managers?
I started because my sister was one when she went here at La Follette, so I started my freshman year.
And I started because of Kara and my best friend Haley. They brought me into it.
I was basically like forced and dragged by her to do it, and then like I really love it now, so I'm glad.
I don't exactly remember how. I just started last year and I just loved it from the start.
So you love it. What do you think is your favorite part about doing this?
Being under the lights on Friday nights. It's the absolute best feeling in the world.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing. You feel like super pumped with like the players, and like you're just running around with them and like jumping around. Yeah, I love it. It's really fun.
And what does it take to prepare and keep the guys hydrated and do all the things that you do? What does it take?
Cheetos. I saw some Cheetos.
Food on the sidelines.
A lot of water, preparation before the game.
Filling 10 gallons and all the racks, making sure they have ice and everything.
Yep.
Sounds like a lot of preparation, and they're lucky to have you there. Well, thanks tonight. Try to stay warm.
Great job, girls. Thanks.
Back to you, Adam and Eric.
All right, thanks, ladies. It is the end of 3 quarters here in the East Side Bowl. It's 40-0 La Follette over East. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more on CW57 Sports.
It's the great tent event at A-1 Furniture. Sofas $299, 5-piece living room sets $699, bedroom sets $499, and so much more. Plus, 1 year free financing. A-1 Furniture's great tent event going on now.
Wayne Kimmel and family of Cousin Subs are proud supporters of the La Follette Lancers. Brought to you by Cousin Subs on Monona Drive. Cousin Subs, better bread, better sub, better day. Go Lancers!
It's the great tent event at A-1 Furniture. Twin mattresses $99, queen sets $199, memory foam queen sets $499, and so much more. Plus, 1 year free financing. A-1 Furniture's great tent event going on now.
3 quarters down, 1 quarter to go here in the A-1 Furniture East Side Bowl. The La Follette Lancers lead the East Pergolders 40-0. It's been turnover after penalty after turnover here in this game, and La Follette putting an exclamation mark on it here, or looking to do so. They'll have the ball here in the 4th quarter. Ball on the 40-yard line. Be led by Jordan Carlson, and they'll hand it off again. That's Khalil Kopis, I believe, who'll get the carry for a few yards.
I believe the backup, Frankie.
Yeah, Frankie Areola, actually.
Areola's in there at quarterback.
So, yeah, it is time to get some experience.
Number 19, Frankie Areola.
Yeah, Areola, the junior quarterback, doesn't have any stats or any playing time, so this is his first playing time of the season for him, and it comes in Week 8. So it should be backup time here for the Lancers. Areola will hand it off, and a big power run up the middle. I'll have to get the number on that. Tim Hodges actually the halfback on that carry. So he'll pick up a Green Bay Packer first down. As you see on replay, does a nice job actually, both hands on the ball and lowering the shoulder there, and lowering the boom. So it'll be a 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. So excuse me, 38-yard line. Areola under center will give it to Hodges, who's taken down immediately at the line of scrimmage. So not, showing some fight. This defensive line for the Pergolders, they've given up a lot of yardage so far, but every play counts, every rep counts.
Absolutely, and again, that's one thing you can count on from the Madison East side of town. They just don't give up. They're tough-nosed individuals, and it shows in their play here. They will fight to the very end, and you got to respect that.
Hodges there, the deep back. They go fullback Daryl Thomas, and he'll power through, and he's still going. He's going to be taken down inside the 10-yard line. So that might have even been someone else. That was actually Dakota Scult on his first carry here of the game, and I think the first, I don't have any stats for him, so I think that was his first carry of the season.
Great job, stiff arm here. Broke another tackle. And how about number 77? Mandel Mathis running the running back down from behind. Defensive end.
Yeah, you don't see that too often.
No, that was a heck of a tackle right there by him.
1st and goal from the 6.
La Follette looking to fight.
Punch on here to the tack on to the points they already have. And they will dive into the end zone. Tim Hodges will get another touchdown here. It's 9 minutes left. 46-0 La Follette. Daryl Thomas had a 1-yard touchdown last quarter.
Great block by number 55. Ben Trabian pulling around in that power. And springing Hodges.
And that'll start the fourth quarter off with a bang for La Follette on this drive. Looks like a little bit of confusion, yelling back and forth. I mean, you know, Zach Aruro, get out here. So the center will come in. And here you have Jordan Carlson, the holder for Hilgendorf. Snap is low, set up and good. It'll be 47-0 La Follette over East. And we'll take a break. We'll be back with more on CW57 Sports.
WIAA, in conjunction with the Green Bay Packers, is determined to preserve the excitement of Friday nights on high school football fields across the state of Wisconsin. Contrary to how some reports misrepresent the data available, the risk of serious injury in high school football is less than it has ever been. With better teaching, better rules, and better equipment, the Green Bay Packers and the WIAA encourage participation in the nation's most popular sport because it's fun, it's educational, and it's safer than ever.
Maple Bluff Antique Mall is a proud supporter of high school athletics. Looking for a fun, eclectic antique shopping experience? Look no further than Maple Bluff Antique Mall, now in its new location on South Stoughton Road. Maple Bluff Antique Mall, your place for great antiques.
Welcome back into the East Side Bowl on A1 Furniture's on CW57 Sports, presented by A1 Furniture. We want to thank everybody over there for supporting us this season as the official Bowl Series sponsor. Over 30 years providing the best prices and best service. Also, the Green Bay Packers, proud supporters of Wisconsin high school football. For more information on the Packers' involvement in youth and high school football, please visit packers.com/youthfootball. After the Daryl Thomas touchdown run, it's 47-0 La Follette over East. In the East Side Bowl, it looks like that East Side Bowl trophy will be going to Coach Swanson. A good little squib kick. Actually almost had the onside kick kind of bounce and taken by Tanner Heggie. And now they're calling that ball's on the ground. And wow, La Follette, La Follette does come up with it. Wow.
When it rains, it pours.
And the turnovers keep on coming here, and La Follette will get another chance on offense. You see the heads hanging for the Purgolders.
First and 10. La Follette.
This game not going the Purgolders' way, and we have a timeout taken by the Purgolders. So while we have a second, let's send it down. Here to the sidelines, we have Jessa and Janet standing by.
Thanks, Adam and Eric. We're down on the sidelines at the A1 Furniture East Side Bowl. With us, we have a very special group from La Follette. We have Jim Pleiner and 3 students from the Student Athlete Advisory Council. Thanks, guys, for giving us a couple minutes here. So this is Jim Pleiner here, and he started this council. Jim, tell us why and when you started this particular group of students.
Back in 2005, I was the athletic director at that point in time, and we really felt that we wanted to give students an opportunity to serve as school leaders, to develop culture and pride in athletics, and Student Athlete Advisory Council took shape. Initially, we had in our first year 15 to 30 kids that would regularly attend meetings, and we grew to a group of about 80. And so we wanted to give students an opportunity to get on stage, to really support getting involved, service to community, and to really being role models. And so it has been an organization that's taken a life. We've got the next generation of leaders who have taken over for SAC, and they can introduce themselves if you would like.
All right. Go ahead, Jessa.
Yeah, that's just such an impressive group. We were learning a little bit about what you guys do. So tell folks at home what kinds of things that you do. And I understand you plan activities to kind of help kids stay out of trouble, so to speak. What do you do?
Hi, well, we so we lead by leadership. You know, we like to set an example and push our students to be better in and out of their field, you know, in class.
In SAC at the beginning, we always sign an oath
that upholds the athletic code, and we always host activities that are against drinking and drugs and stuff like that. Like we host a event called the Frozen Five, and it's for the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, and so we raise money for that and donate it. So that's one of the activities.
We plan our school's homecoming activities night and post-prom to keep kids out of trouble after dances, and we also put on things like, and we help with things like this, like the Pink Out game, to raise awareness for breast cancer and raise money for the Carbon Cancer Society.
Tell us a little bit about Pink Out, because we see a lot of you in pink as we've scanned the stands over there. Just about all the students are in pink. So what is
the
Pink
athletes
Out?
too?
And the athletes, yeah. So talk to us about Pink Out.
Yeah, so we raise money. We buy T-shirts and we raise money to give to the Carbon Cancer Society. We started this a few years ago when our former football coach, his wife had breast cancer, and so now we continue to do it every year to sort of raise money and raise awareness.
So what does it take to be on this council?
You just gotta be committed. You know, you have to be an athlete. You gotta come to meetings like on Mondays, like every other week. And you gotta sign the oath, and you gotta like live by the oath basically, and set an example to other students, not just athletes.
Sounds like a really amazing group. You have a question, Jessa?
No, she's got the mic. You got to tell Eric and Adam. Back to you. You ready?
Back to you.
All right, thanks. Yeah, that was a little special something, and we talk about how it's always important to support all the research that goes into breast cancer and all the other kind of cancers and diseases out there. We had an interesting series a couple of plays ago there, Adam. The ball changed possessions. La Follette ends up with a first down a few yards behind where they were originally, but man, I don't think I've ever seen that many turnovers.
That ball popped out. East recovered it, and then it popped out again, and La Follette recovered it, and
someone greased that pig.
Yeah.
That ball just not wanting to go either way, and now La Follette has it and still running. Wow, just a nice job by, say if I'm not mistaken, that was Daryl Hodges carrying the ball again inside 6 minutes to go. Up 47-0.
Daryl Thomas does a good job of breaking a couple tackles, staying on the tightrope in the sideline there.
I was surprised. And this game brought to you by Cousins Subs. We want to thank the family over there. Proud supporters of the La Follette Lancers. Visit us at Cousins Subs on Monona Drive. Cousins Subs, better bread, better subs, better day.
Wish you had some Cousins Subs right now, Eric.
I saved a little bit. I don't know about you. I knew what was going on.
No, I want fresh Cousins Subs, not 3-hour-old Cousins Subs.
Well, you know what? It's still edible. Here's a 1st and 10 from the 13. Taken inside the 10-yard line. As you know, this game brought to you by Maple Bluff Antique Mall, proud supporter of high school athletics. If you're looking for a fun, eclectic antique shopping experience, look no further than Maple Bluff Antique Mall in its new location on South Stoughton Road. Your place for great antiques.
Have you ever been antiquing?
I've been to antique stores, yes. I don't know what you're referring to by antiquing. All I know that it involves throwing flour in someone's face. I thought that's what you were referring to.
No.
Nope. Okay. I don't know if anybody has any idea what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
Here's the handoff to Thomas, and he'll take it. See, no official signal yet, and they'll say about the half-yard line. Actually, that was Tim Hodges, excuse me. He was looking for his first touchdown of the night.
Down to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal.
I believe I got that from a commercial, car commercial. There was a question if they can go antiquing in the car.
I don't recall, Adam.
So I figured it was a verb.
Going to buy. When you go to buy antiques, that is a verb, antiquing.
Yeah, antiquing.
It's like Googling.
Or efforting.
Sure. There's the 2nd and goal. It'll be from the 1-yard line as the clock ticks down inside 3.5 minutes. CW57's Talk of the Town is one of the sponsors here. News talk format presenting fresh, lively discussions with Wisconsin's icons, leaders, movers, and shakers, providing one-on-one analysis of current issues. And here's a touchdown run. It is in there to the end zone, and another touchdown. Just tack it on for the Lancers. It's 53-0, pending the extra point. So they do get it into Hodges with a 1-yard touchdown. So everybody getting involved for the Lancers. And Hilgendorf getting heck of an opportunity here, or a lot of opportunities, I should say, kicking the ball. But this time they'll give the kicking honors to Paul Lima, who's been doing kickoffs all game long. He'll get his first extra point opportunity. Takes his time, lines it up. No official signal yet, and no, they do say wide. So goes wide and no good. So 3:10 left here on the East Side Bowl. It's 53-0. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
The Boys and Girls Club of Dane County is a nonprofit youth development organization that serves nearly 3,000 young people every year. Our vision is to inspire and empower all young people to reach their full potential as productive, responsible, and caring adults. Our mission is to be the leader in youth development programs by developing partnerships to produce positive outcomes for young people, families, and communities. For more information, go to bgcdc.org or call 608-257-2606. This message is brought to you by Metcalf's Market.
All right, we're here on the sidelines. We caught up with the kicker, Hannah, who is one of two female kickers, or one of two female players anyways, that they've had over the last 5 years. So kind of exciting. What is it like, Hannah, to be the only female on an all-male team?
It doesn't feel any different to me, other than I have like a lot more brothers, other than like, because I don't have any, but yeah.
Awesome. So it's like a big family. Well, we love watching you. It's been fun.
Hannah, what got you interested in football to begin with?
I had a really cool coach, and he told me that if I keep lifting and getting better, that I could do this, and I tried out, and it was really exciting.
So you guys are up 53 points, so I think we can confidently say that this gigantic trophy is going to be yours. Are you guys excited?
Yeah, we're super excited. It's a good night for us.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to have a really fun celebration after the game. I know you got to get back in there, so thanks for your time, Hannah. We'll let you get back to football.
Thanks, Hannah. Yeah.
All right, guys, that was fun. We got to talk to Hannah, the kicker here, and we're going to get back to some more football, so back to you, Eric and Adam.
Well, there's the kickoff, the squib kick, and the Pergolders have the ball, and Sean Daniels continues to run. He takes it to about the 40-yard line, and that's going to be a great field position here for the Pergolders, although it might be a little bit too late with under 3 minutes to play. This game is brought to you by CW57's The Restaurant Show. It's Wisconsin's official television guide to the best restaurants around. Life's too short to eat average, so skip the rest and enjoy the best. We'll tell you where to go. Right here on The Restaurant Show, also Girl Talk, a platform for women to showcase their talents and knowledge on current issues and agendas affecting the women of today. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line, down 53-0 in the East Side Bowl. It's going to be a pass off to the far sideline, incomplete for the Pergolders. So coming out of this, make sure you stick around, by the way, for the presentation of our East Side Bowl trophy. We'll have that after the game, after some analysis. There's a pass to Jordan Chester, about his 8th reception of the night. This one goes for about a 3-4 yard gain. So we'll give the trophy to the winning team and coach, which should be Coach Swanson of La Follette here after the game. We'll catch up with him as they improve to 6-2. And 1 game left on the schedule, and they're looking to keep that momentum alive heading into the postseason, which they've clinched 2 weeks ago. Sean Daniels on the reception just past midfield. Should move the chains for the Pergolders.
Number 4, Daniels.
A gain about 8 on that play as we are down under a minute and a half, but just looking to run some plays and have some positive things come out of it, but that's not going to be one of them as that ball's high, snap, and Zilm just has to fall on it back at about the 39. It's going to bring up a 2nd and forever as we eclipse to the 1 minute mark. Excuse me, Ruben Arndt was the quarterback on that one as we've got backups in. Yeah, Arndt doesn't have a lot of playing experience here. He's actually listed as a receiver. And he'll roll left, throw deep, has a man wide open, and that's going to be a score. Getting into the end zone and nearly slipping. And they'll hit Allie Saffold. I'm not mistaken, and that's going to be the first score of the night for the Pergolders, although it'll come with 33 seconds left on the clock, but it's something positive to look forward to for East. We'll have the extra point chance. Make sure they'll go for the 2-point conversion. Why not?
Again, time to practice these reps. You don't get a lot of time to practice your 2-point plays.
And Arndt will duck under the coverage, and he'll just be taken down inside the 10-yard line. We have a flag on the play.
Legal procedure on Madison East. Just decline it.
So that penalty will be declined, and it's going to be a 53-6 game. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with more on the East side.
It's the great tent event at A-1 Furniture. Sofas $299, 5-piece living room sets $699, bedroom sets $499, and so much more. Plus, 1 year free financing. A-1 Furniture's great tent event going on now.
Wayne Kimmel and family of Cousin Subs are proud supporters of the La Follette Lancers. Brought to you by Cousin Subs on Monona Drive. Cousin Subs, better bread, better sub, better day. Go Lancers!
It's the great tent event at A-1 Furniture. Twin mattresses $99, queen sets $199, memory foam queen sets $499, and so much more. Plus, 1 year free financing. A-1 Furniture's great tent event going on now.
Welcome back into Lucer Stadium. I'm Eric Rogers with Coach Adam Smith for the East Side Bowl, where it's 53-6. Excuse me. I'm used to the usual score after the touchdown scored. Backup quarterback Arndt came in. Ruben Arndt threw the touchdown pass, and it's now 53-6. The Pergolders with their first score of the night. They'll be kicking off from the 40-yard line. The East Side Bowl is. We expected a high-scoring game. We just didn't know it was going to come most of those points from one team. But it's an important game for both these teams, being that it's, the Lucer Cup. Both these teams wanted to win it. There's a squib kick and just going to fall down just about the 40-yard line where La Follette will take over and get in a victory formation to wrap this one up. So La Follette has had this one in hand pretty much the whole game.
And also the 2014 A-1 Furniture
East Side Bowl trophy presentation will be after this game, after some wrap-up. We'll also have Jessa and Janet down there with Coach Scott Swanson after the game, and that is the game. It's 53-6, the final score of the East Side Bowl. La Follette taking down Madison East. And we will take a commercial break, and then we will wrap this thing up. You've been watching the East Side Bowl on CW57 Sports.
The WIAA, in conjunction with the Green Bay Packers, is determined to preserve the excitement of Friday nights on high school football fields across Wisconsin. High school football offers students teachable moments that are unique to the education-based experience. Football provides the environment most conducive to those teachable moments and helps perpetuate an important and long-lasting national tradition. The Green Bay Packers and the WIAA encourage participation in the nation's most popular sport because it's fun, it's educational, and it's safer than ever.
Maple Bluff Antique Mall is a proud supporter of high school athletics. Looking for a fun, eclectic antique shopping experience? Look no further than Maple Bluff Antique Mall, now in its new location on South Stoughton Road. Maple Bluff Antique Mall, your place for great antiques.
And welcome back into Lucer Stadium. 53-6 is the final score. The Follette over East. And it was early and often scoring by the Lancers offense. A couple first quarter touchdowns by Khalil Kopis, another one in the second quarter, and then it was all a free-for-all for La Follette. As who wants to score the ball. You have a lot of turnovers, a lot of penalties. Both teams had those turnovers, but it was more of the penalties by Madison East that kind of led to this game being the way it was.
So, penalties, turnovers.
I mean, what is East going to have to do now in the final week of the season?
Well, they're going to have to forget this game. That's what they're going to have to do. The film isn't going to do much for them. They're going to have to work on getting better mentally, holding on to the ball. It's the ball security. And their offensive line has got to do a better job pass protecting and lateral moving the defensive line for their zone play to work.
Well, and Madison La Follette will improve to 6-2 on the year. They have one more game to go, and they want to build momentum as they head to the postseason. As you see the players there on the field, standing there and getting a standing ovation from the crowd, the people who came out here tonight. And then we'll have the presentation of the A1 Furniture East Side Bowl trophy here shortly. You've been watching the East Side Bowl on CW57 Sports. We'll be back with the presentation of that trophy.
It's the great tent event at A1 Furniture. Sofas $299, 5-piece living room sets $699, bedroom sets $499, and so much more. Plus, 1 year free financing. A1 Furniture's great tent event going on now.
It's almost like you're going to college for a week. It's not doing math in the summer. It's more of like you create a company and you go and you market that company and you market a product.
There's no one telling you have to do it this way or that way.
There's no teachers here. You're not graded.
You get to make what you want. You get to advertise it how you want.
Congratulations! Now I'm really thinking about starting my own company. The thought's in my mind now that that's possible.
Madison Area Rehabilitation Centers has been providing services to adults with developmental disabilities for over 60 years.
Mark Production Employment puts me on the team.
Mark helps us run our business.
Mark Day Service makes my life better.
Mark donors and volunteers make our dreams come true.
Thank you.
Mark, the heart of human services. Be part of the heart. Call for a tour today.
Catch the best high school football all season long on CW57 Sports. Next week, the Crusaders of Edgewood head to Collins Field to take on the Stoughton Vikings. Next Saturday at 6 p.m. and next Sunday at 3 p.m. Only on CW57 Sports.
The WIAA, in conjunction with the Green Bay Packers, is determined to preserve the excitement of Friday nights on high school football fields across the state of Wisconsin. Contrary to how some reports misrepresent the data available, the risk of serious injury in high school football is less than it has ever been. With better teaching, better rules, and better equipment, the Green Bay Packers and the WIAA encourage participation in the nation's most popular sport because it's fun, it's educational, and it's safer than ever.
It's the great tent event at A1 Furniture. Twin mattresses $99, queen sets $199, memory foam queen sets $499, and so much more. Plus, 1 year free financing. A1 Furniture's great tent event going on now.
All right, guys, welcome back to the A1 Furniture East Side Bowl. We are here on the sidelines where La Follette has just defeated Madison East, and it was quite a game. We've got Coach Swanson joining us. What do you think, Coach? What a game. Great job out there.
Yeah, it was. We talked about wanting to dedicate tonight to our seniors on senior night, and we definitely came through with that.
You sure did, and you just won another big trophy, so we get to give you this big trophy as well. So what a winning night for you. 2 big trophies. You're going to need a bigger trophy case, I think.
I think so. You bet. Thank you guys for coming out, and thank you for this awesome trophy.
Yeah, love to do it.
Coach Swanson, so you're an alumni here from La Follette, right?
Yep.
And this is your first year of coaching, yes?
Correct.
So how does it feel to have such a great season so far at your alma mater?
It's awesome. It's been a great year. We got a great group of guys here, great set of coaches, and we're just excited. We got to keep it rolling.
Now, here's the fun part. On behalf of A1 Furniture and CW57 Sports, we're going to give you this big old trophy.
Ready?
Yeah,
One,
it
two.
takes 3 of us. So that's 30 pounds. All right, guys. So we're going to let you celebrate in just a second and go ahead and we're going to get Eric and Adam in here. They're going to pick your brain a little more. Is that okay, Coach?
That's fine. Yep.
All right, Eric and Adam, come on in. Victory is yours. Great job to La Follette. It was quite a game. And Eric and Adam are going to join us and ask Coach Swanson a few questions. So here you go, guys.
All right, well, Coach, yeah, first of all, congratulations winning this thing, and you won the Looser Cup. You won the A-1 Furniture Eastside Bowl trophy. Got to be feeling pretty good right now after that win.
Yeah, it was a great night. We played pretty well, and it's been awesome.
What's something that you take away that maybe you want to improve on as you head to the final game of the season and then the postseason?
There's always things to get better on. Special teams, offensively, defense. We're gonna get after these guys this week, and we got one more game.
Was the run the ball as much as you did? Was that the game plan coming in?
Yeah, for sure. We wanted to control the time of possession, keep their offense off the field, and keep our defense fresh. And I think we did a pretty good job of that.
How proud of you of your defense and how well they played tonight and just shutting down Madison East?
Yeah, no, it was great. We were a little worried coming in, and those guys stepped up big time. They played awesome. We had a great scheme, and we got it done.
Talk about the importance of having some of those players who maybe don't usually get those in-game reps and the importance of that in that final quarter.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's fun for the whole team. It's good for the program to get some of those guys some game experience, and that's what we did tonight. It was great.
Well, join us next week in Stoughton when Madison Edgewood takes on Stoughton Vikings for the Cheese Bowl.
So that's been the A-1 Furniture Eastside Bowl. Join us next week for that. Thank you for all of our sponsors, and we'll be back with more on that. CW57 Sports.
Catch the best high school football all season long on CW57 Sports. Next week, the Crusaders of Edgewood head to Collins Field to take on the Stoughton Vikings. Next Saturday at 6 p.m. and next Sunday at 3 p.m. only on CW57 Sports.